delays in production, the long-established methods of shopping for a new vehicle has taken on a brand new twist. This is exactly the reason why we have established our Megan Ford Custom Order Hotline.
Hi, I'm Chuck Smith, General Manager here at Megan Ford, and this is your perfect opportunity to customize design the new Ford of your dreams. Built for you, by you, exactly the way you want it. Personalize your new ride by choosing everything from the model, color, engine, wheel size, moonroofs, and more.
Why settle for a vehicle on a dealer's lot that doesn't have all the features you're looking for? Let Megan Ford be your personal automotive concierge. Call the Megan Ford Custom Order Hotline today at 724-628-2720. Route 119 between Mount Pleasant and Collinsville. MeganFord.com.
Building relationships that last a lifetime.
Sam Davis was a gift from heaven. He knows the law and the court system unlike anyone else I've ever met or seen. Sam helped me get through the federal court system with the best possible outcome.
Davis & Davis, personal injury and workers' comp.
We at Davis & Davis are humbled by what our clients have to say about us. If you've been injured, call me, Jim Davis, for a free consultation. We have been helping injured people for over 40 years. Call 724-437-2799.
And we're set to go here, Steve, from Russ Grimm Field in Scottdale, actually in Alverton, Pennsylvania. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Southmoreland Scotties. Also have to say hello to my brother-in-law, Mike. He's listening and watching in Ohio tonight. So you folks watching and listening, Steve, from all over the country.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good.
Mustangs working left to right as we describe it. Laurel Highlands will be kicking off. And we'll get this contest underway from Russ Grimm Field, and Ratcliffe with the boots. And it'll go center of the field, the 10-yard line, and here are the Scotties on the run back. That's Josh Bass taking it across the 25 up to the 26-yard line where he's gang tackled. And that's where Southmoreland will start 1st and 10. We mentioned the Scotties, a positive performance last week, Steve, defeated McGuffey by a score of 47-22. The Highlanders actually came into that game favorites. They were ranked 4th in 2A, but it was Southmoreland that escaped with a win. Anthony Govern, the Southmoreland quarterback, 6'1", 225 pounds, lines up out of the shotgun with Noah Phillips off to his right. Twin receivers to the far side. It's the wide side. Might have been a little motion on the front side there. Nothing called on the quarterback, Govern, taking it himself up the middle. Positive gain there. Give Govern 6, maybe 7, up to the 33. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4. Caden Friel with the tackle defensively for Laurel Highlands.
Nice read option. A lot of misdirection in that backfield. And the running back go up to get nice yardage. 6 yards on 1st down.
2nd and 4 just underway. Scotty's working right to left. They'll stick with Govern out of the shotgun. Again, Phillips off to his right. Same formation we saw earlier. He'll take the snap. There's the inside handoff going to Phillips, and he's gang tackled about a yard behind the line of scrimmage that time. Now bring up 3rd down and 5. So the Scotties keeping it rather close to the vest here early on. Steve, couple of running plays to start the game. Eric Allen had the tackle for Laurel Highlands defensively. He's the transfer from Brownsville.
Yeah, Allen got in there, and Jaden Tucker got in there as well. Made the initial stop, and there was a host of Mustang defenders there just force a loss on the play. They actually lost one, now 3rd and 5.
Line of scrimmage, the Southmoreland 32-yard line. Now they'll go trips to the left. That's the wide side of the field. Mustangs have to make sure they have coverage over there. Snap comes back, a little option, quick pass, complete here on the near side. But the receiver stopped about a yard short of the line to gain. That was Isaac Trout, number 22, the 5'10", 170 senior. Now decision time for Coach Dave Kiefer. It's 4th and 1, Steve.
Well, you know how I feel about the punting game in high school football. 4th and 1, I got to believe he's going to go for it.
We're talking to our buddy Paul Britton up here, Steve, the PA announcer. He said there were no punts last week in the Southmoreland McGuffey game.
Well, I watched their kicker and punter. The punter, he's the same kid, but he was punting the ball pretty far. But, again, so many things can go wrong.
They're going to go for it here on 4th and 1. Hard count.
Governor
takes it. He didn't get it. Gang tackled and driven back. The Mustangs met him at the 35, and they'll take over on downs. And it looked like Govern at first tried a little hard count there, trying to draw the Mustangs off, but then the Ball came back. Not sure if he was expecting it or not, but nonetheless, Govern stopped short, and the Mustangs will take over on downs with 9:45 left here in the opening quarter. Laurel Highlands will have it here at the Southmoreland 36.
Yeah, it really didn't even. They gave him back to the line of scrimmage, but I don't think he got even that far. He got hit about a yard behind the line. His progress was stopped, and then he was trying to wiggle out of it, and Mustangs able to corral him in.
Mustangs spread the field. Gallagher out of the shotgun. Off to his right is Eric Allen. Gallagher takes the snap, looks middle, high pass, was almost intercepted in and out of the hands of Trayvon Lee, who almost had an interception on the Mustangs opening play from scrimmage.
Yeah, you had the receiver open, just kind of ball fluttered, like you said, Brian, fluttered out of his hands. He was going to Jai Hooper. I mispronounced his name in warm-ups or in the pregame lineup, so I want to apologize for that. Thanks to Coach Smith from the basketball team for that one.
Tajai is in the slot left.
He was open too, Brian. Just the ball was way over his head.
He's going to come in motion, and he'll get it here on the jet sweep. Here's Hooper inside the 30, inside the 25, with a flag on the play. Run out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line, and Tony's telling us it's a face mask.
And we'll get to hear from long-time referee. We've seen him on the basketball court and football fields and baseball. He's a professional ref. Brian is Mike Gaffney out of Greensburg. Get to see him up at Hannistown Golf Club. He works up there in the summers.
I was going to mention that as well. Crew getting together.
And they're going to mark this off, and that'll be extra yards.
Half the distance here. Take it inside the 15. Down to the 11-yard line. So the Mustangs set up well here with 9:34 left here in the opening quarter. Their opening offensive drive starting in Southmoreland territory after the Scotties turn the football over on downs. You'll have Rod back out of the shotgun. Triple left formation. Hand off to Eric Allen. Allen inside the 10. Bounces it out at the 5. Cuts back at the 3. And he's brought down at the 2. So Eric Allen, a 10-yard pickup, close to a Mustang first down.
Now, he had the Shields out there trying to get a block, and he couldn't decide whether to go in or out of that. And the defender actually made a nice play to shield off that block. The Shields tried to hold him up, but just couldn't do it. And but still a big gain.
We saw some good running out of Allen last week. Now they're going to bring the fullback, John Deek, number 52, into the game to block in front of Allen. Gallagher fumbled it, but Allen scooped it right off the turf. And he got down close to the goal line. No signal yet.
I think if we have replay, that's a score, but they're not going to give it to him.
A heady play there from Allen.
And they're going to go no huddle real quick. They're getting back on the ball.
First and goal at the Scotty 1.
And the Mustangs, you're right, Steve, coming right up to the line. Watch for a QB sneak here. And Gallagher with a little push from behind from Deek is into the end zone for a Mustang touchdown. So go in the books as a 1-yard touchdown run for Rodney Gallagher. And the Mustangs strike first here at the 8:43 mark of the opening quarter and take a 6-0 lead over Southmoreland. Now the lineup here for the extra points. Radcliffe was pretty solid last week.
He's going to have to kick it over the buses.
Yes.
Get some yellow paint on that football.
Long snapper is Caden Friel. Putting it down is number 22, Ben Diamond. And the kick is good from Harry Radcliffe. And the Mustangs lead 7-0. 8:43 left here in the opening quarter. We're back in 60 here on the C.R. Brana Group High School Sports Night.
Magisterial District Judge Nathan Henning extends his best wishes to the Uniontown Red Raiders, Laurel Highlands Mustangs, and all our local teams for a successful season. District Judge Nathan Henning recognizes that a successful season requires teamwork. It is the result of the hard work of the players and coaches and the support of their families. Good luck to the Uniontown Red Raiders, Laurel Highlands Mustangs, and all our local teams for continued success this season. From Magisterial District Judge Nathan Henning.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and Save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Laurel Highlands a 7-0 lead over Southmoreland. Now Radcliffe getting set to kick it off. Rodney Gallagher, 1-yard touchdown run coming at the 8:43 mark of the opening quarter, capping off a 5-play, 35-yard drive that took 1:07 off the clock. And now the Scotties here on the return on the near side. Nice run back from Josh Bass. And Bass run out of bounds right around the 35-yard line. So Southmoreland will start with some pretty good field position here, Steve, after they turn the football over on downs, first time out.
Yep, pretty good spot there at the 35. That's where they're going to spot it on the left hash.
Tony telling us that was a 30-yard return. Tony helping us out with stats tonight. Kylie Silberdash behind the camera. Nick Barczak back inside our Uniontown WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios. I'm Brian Morozak, Steve Super, your color analyst tonight. A little quick in pass there, about a 4, maybe 5-yard pickup as that one went to Isaac Trouts. And that'll bring up second down and 6.
What you wonder about, Brian, is if Coach Kiefer is questioning his decision to go for that on that 4th and 1. You know, made the short field for the Mustangs.
Long game, though. You just have to forget it at this point, less than 4 minutes in. They'll have time to make it up.
Still 4th and 1. We've talked about it hundreds of times. Punting in high school football can be an adventure. You know, you got to have the kid catch the snap. The snap has to be back there. You know, there's a lot of bad things that can happen to you.
They're in tight here is Govern with a handoff going to Jeff Johnson, getting his first carry of the game. And Johnson, a 2-yard pickup up to the Southmoreland 41. And I'll bring up third down and 4. We'll see a mix of Noah Phillips, Trayvon Lee, Trey Wetzel, and Jeff Johnson in the Southmoreland backfield.
Pretty nice run by Johnson. He didn't have much there, and he bulled his way forward. He got stopped about a yard behind the line. He got 3 extra yards just by sheer hustle and power, kind of turning those legs.
It's 3rd and 3. 7:18 left here in the opening quarter. Scotties go 2 eye backs, twin receivers to the far side. Govern a little rollout, a little pressure from behind. He just kind of scooped it up the field. Was that pass caught? Yes, it was. Down at the 46-yard line. So not the way they draw it up.
He shoved it. That wasn't a pass, it was a shove.
It was Trey Wetzel that had the reception, and he had a lot of pressure there from John Deek, and somehow Govern got it away. Off to Wetzel for the completion and the first down, taking the football down to the Scotties' 46-yard line. So not the way you draw it up, but they'll take the first down. I'll go in tight here again, Steve. Stacked up, twin receivers to each side, and a reverse coming here on the near sides. Bass with running room. Bass in the Laurel Highlands territory, cut back at the 45, inside the 40. Finally gang tackle to the 38. So Bass with a 16-yard run and another Southmoreland first down with 6:30 left here in the opening quarter. Oh, misdirection there, Steve, paying dividends.
That looked like an old Delaware wing T reverse. They had a couple of wing backs and a fullback. They kind of faked it to the right. He came just flipping around the end. Little misdirection.
Now those Kiefers, they're crafty coaches. Another big play here, man in motion. That'll be a jet sweep, this time going to Isaac Trout, and Trout a minimal gain. Good pressure again from Eric Allen, who made the initial hit defensively for Laurel Highlands.
Eric Allen, no gain on the play.
Maybe a half a yard.
At the Mustang 38.
And second and a long 9. Reminder of more high school football next Friday. Laurel Highlands taking on Brownsville on the air at 6 o'clock with our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. We'll have the Triple Live scoreboard show with Don Rebel after the game tonight, going until 12 midnight. Laurel Highlands leading here 7-0 after a 1-yard touchdown run from Rodney Gallagher as the Mustangs took over in Southmoreland territory. After the Scotties turned it over on downs, they need to hurry here, and they're going to take a timeout to avoid a delay of game penalty. So we'll take a timeout as well. 5:24 left here in the opening quarter. Mustangs on top 7-0. We're back at 60 here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night.
McClure & Wolf, Certified Public Accountants, your full-service accounting firm serving the tri-state area since 1926, is conveniently located at 538 Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Offering tax, accounting, auditing, payroll, management advisory, and estate planning services, McClure & Wolf is recognized as an industry leader in providing their clients with quality professional services. To find out more about their services, visit them online at www.mcclurewolfcpas.com or give them a call at 724-437-2000 for McClure & Wolf, Certified Public Accountants.
Hello, everyone. I'm John Marietta, the Hillbilly. I'm running for Recorder of Deeds in Fayette County to restore honor and integrity to our government. I want to make our government accountable to the people who matter the most, the voters. It's time for government to start looking out for the interests of the people, not the interests of bureaucrats. I would appreciate your vote on November 2nd. Thank you, and God bless.
Paid for by John Marietta for We the People.
Brian Rozak, Steve Subrick back here at Russ Grimm Field. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Scotties. Govern out of the gun, and a little misdirection here. The ball got batted back, and now trying to regain here is Trayvon Lee.
He was throwing it backwards.
That was terrible.
They're going to rule it incomplete.
But I don't understand that. If you're throwing the ball backwards and it gets batted, it's still backwards.
Yeah, that should have been, Steve, a
Mike
fumble.
Gaffney, I think he missed one there because he was definitely throwing it behind because he was going to throw it again. So he was throwing it behind him, behind the where he was on the field, and that should have been a fumble.
Fumble, correct. And would have been about a 15-yard loss on the play. Now, 3rd and 10, Govern with pressure coming. Good block there to free him up. Airs it out, single coverage near side, brought down at the 5-yard line by Isaac Trout. 33-yard pickup down the field to set up a 1st and goal here for the Scotties. Govern to Trout. Well executed there, Steve.
Yeah, I couldn't see the catch because I'm getting blocked out of this. The one part of the field where I can't see. I have to get up, move over a little bit here. But that sounded like a lot of fans cheering there. So
they actually ruled Trout out at the 7-yard line. Nonetheless, 1st and goal.
Allen came out of the game after that play. Hopefully he's okay.
Govern takes the snap. Lead blocker out in front. Takes it inside the 5 and spins down close to the 4. About a 3-yard pickup there for Govern to bring up 2nd and goal with 4:42 left on a running clock here in the opening quarter. Laurel Highlands up 7-0, but Southmoreland driving.
Boy, you go back, keep going back to that kind of flea flicker play. That was definitely a backward pass by at least 2 yards, and the Laurel Highlands defender batted it, but it was still backwards, and that should have been a fumble.
Jeff Johnson now dotting the I in the backfield. Wetzel's the fullback. Wetzel's going to get it, and Wetzel going nowhere. Just bounced off a couple of tacklers and pulled down maybe a yard behind the line of scrimmage back to the 6 to bring up 3rd down and goal.
Give the Scotties credit. Take advantage of it. Next play, a big play down inside the 10, and now the Mustangs are playing some pretty good defense. Let's see if the Mustangs can hold.
3rd and goal now from the 6. Josh Bass, a late substitution coming into the game for Trey Wetzel. And they're going to reposition Bass in the slot right as the Scotties get lined up. 10 left on the play clock. Govern takes the snap, looks to throw. A little bounce out to the far side. That's Clayton, the tight end. He lost the football.
He's down.
They're going to rule him down at the 1.
Yeah, I don't know what Clayton was thinking. I think he was trotting in like he had it easy, like he was just going to walk in the end zone, and 2 Mustangs came up and made a great tackle, and they mark it back at the 2. So now it's 4th and 2. So they're going to go again here.
Yeah, 4th and goal from the 2. Ball on the right hash mark.
I mean, didn't it look like that he's just slowed up? Clayton thought he was going to waltz in the end zone. And
he's a big target, though, Steve. 6'5", 257.
I know, but he was moving pretty slow going in the end zone. He looked like he was just trotting in like he had nothing to lose, and there was a timeout, Southmoreland.
So we'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Scotties down 7-0. 4th and goal upcoming from the Laurel Highlands 2. We're back in 30 here on the C.R. Barada Group High School Sports Night.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox for only $259 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit CHarperChevyEast.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is with GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity down with GM Lease Loyalty or GM Lease Conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Sale ends September 30th, 2021. While supplies last. Call dealer for all other details at 724-668-2231.
Brian Morozak and Steve Subrick back here at Russ Grimm Field. So 4th and goal upcoming here, Steve, from the Laurel Highlands 2-yard line for Southmoreland. Let's see what they draw up here after the timeout. That was the second timeout taken by the Scotties here in the first half.
And Allen not in again, so hopefully he's okay.
And the lineup here with Govern out of the shotgun. You have 2 backs off to his right. Govern run the whole way across the right side of the line. Depends on the spot, and they said he's in. So Govern pulls the Scotties back to within 1 at 7-6 with a 2-yard touchdown run here at the 2:55 mark of the opening quarter.
Well, that was basically the old student body right. He just took the snap and had every possible blocker he could over there, and he did a good job. That was good defense by the Mustangs. They almost stopped him, but he did a good job of pushing his way in there.
So the lead down to 7-6. Now they'll bring Jake Kaler on for the extra point. Not much distance on it, but Kaler accurate to tie this game up at 7. So 2:55 left here in the opening quarter. Laurel Highlands and Southmoreland all tied up at 7, and we're back in 60 seconds here in the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night.
I'm attorney Trip Radcliffe, and we at Radcliffe Law have been helping people that were injured in accidents for over 35 years. When you're involved in an accident, it can be scary. Radcliffe Law will meet with you for free, and our experienced team will provide you with valuable information needed to pursue your claims successfully. If you or someone you know are injured in an accident, call Radcliffe Law, 724-439-3939. Radcliffe Law, making the law personal.
From chips and cracks to splits and shatters, if you need new glass, Fay West Glass Company is the one to call. Fay West Glass has served Fayette and Greene counties for over 25 years and specializes in residential glass installations and replacements, plus commercial and industrial glass. So when that window's busted or that sliding door shattered and you can't wait, Fay West is available. 724-439-8600. That's 724-439-8600. Proudly local and veteran-owned, Fay West Glass will earn your business.
2:55 left here in the opening quarter. Laurel Highlands and Southmoreland now tied at 7 after an Anthony Govern 2-yard touchdown run for the Scotties on a 4th and goal play. Score occurring at the 2:55 mark of the opening quarter, capping off a 9-play, 65-yard drive that took 5:39 off the clock. Jake Kaler adding the extra point. A little delay here, Steve. What's going on?
I don't know. They're pointing over at the scoreboard, or they're pointing at...
Tony, any insight?
No, I'm trying to...
Oh, there's someone walking over there in the end zone that looks like...
Yeah, I don't know if he's supposed to be on the field. Let's put it that way.
I don't know if he knows where he's going, that kid. Maybe he needs a little help.
And they're going to get some trainers to come over. Then they might want some security as well. And that's a tough situation. Hopefully he's okay. They have a couple of trainers over there. They might want to get security and maybe a doctor or something over there as well, Steve.
They're going to bring an ambulance down.
And you wonder where he came from, because he's actually inside the fenced area.
He might have been on the sidelines for Laurel Highlands.
And they're going to bring an ambulance down and a stretcher out. So we'll step aside while this is going on for another 60-second timeouts. 2:55 left here in the opening quarter, tied at 7. Southmoreland and Laurel Highlands here in the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night.
General Dentist Dr. Edward L. Wietek Jr. treats children, teens, and adults of all ages. Dr. Wietek performs all phases of general dentistry, including crowns and bridges, partials, full dentures, comprehensive orthodontics, root canals, bonded white fillings, dental implants to replace missing teeth and to stabilize loose-fitting dentures, and comprehensive exams and cleanings. Dr. Wietek is also your place to go for full mouth reconstruction if you've put off going to the dentist for too long. Visit Dr. Wietek online at www.myuniontowndentist.com to view the Smile Gallery and see some of his patients' before and after photos. See what over 35 years of experience and a practice committed to learning the latest techniques can do for you or your family. Dr. Wietek's office is located on the National Pike, 1 mile west of the mall on Route 40. Call him up at 724-439-1616. That's 724-439-1616 for Dr. Edward L. Wietek, Jr.
We're back here at Russ Grimm Field, again in an injury timeout situation, but not to one of the players. Again, we either have a fan or another personnel member from one of the two teams that was behind the goalpost, who appeared to be a little unstable. And now they're loading him into a stretcher. That's a sight you don't see every day, guys.
No.
Again, they're working on him, and we wish him the best. 2:55 left here in the opening quarter. We'll step aside for another 60-second timeout, and hopefully we'll be back to action. Laurel Highlands at Southmoreland side at 7.
Okay.
South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer wishes the best of luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs this season and in the playoffs. During these uncertain times, a lot of hard work goes into a successful season, and that includes the cooperation of players, coaches, and their families. South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer commends all of those whose hard work has gone into making this a successful season. Like our local teams, Robert Schiffbauer is working hard to make life better for the residents of South Union Township. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs from South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer.
Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowell's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowellsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Back here at Russ Grimm Field, and we actually found out the injured individual was a member of the stick crew here, and he seems all right. He's in the stretcher right now and waving to the crowd, so that's a good sign. Also have to say hello to our buddy Billy Dice. He's watching from Leechburg tonight. So hello to Billy. He'll be back with us next week from Redstone Field for Laurel Highlands and Brownsville. And the gentleman does seem awake and alert, Steve, so that's a good sign.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to have to get someone else to help with the sticks. That's a three-man job.
You also wonder, Steve, they've had a rule for a long time that you have to have an ambulance on site while the game is ongoing. And a lot of times you have to wait after an injury situation like this until they bring a second ambulance in to resume the game. But maybe they do have two on site here. It looks like they are getting set to resume. And it will be Jake Kaler to kick off for Southmoreland. Rodney Gallagher back deep to receive for Laurel Highlands. Let's see if they send it all the way back to Rod. Here's Kaler on the run-up. And he'll go on the far side to DeMonte Kiss at the 15. Has the 20-25, and Kiss upended right around the 30-yard line. Trayvon Lee, a nice open field tackle.
Taken down by Trayvon Lee.
Lee doing a nice job out there as well for Southmoreland.
And it'll give us a chance, Brian, to give best wishes to Coach John's wife, Joyce, right?
Yes.
Yes, she's heard she's having, she's recovering a little bit. Hopefully she's doing better, and heard she's watching and listening tonight, and we wish you the best, and I'm sure she's rooting on the Mustangs.
Now hello to Joyce and the entire Mustang crew. And welcome in wherever you're watching from tonight. Gallagher out of the gun. Jet sweep. No, a fake. Gallagher's going to keep it himself. And Gallagher upended at the 32-yard line. Good pursuit defensively as Isaac Trout got to him first. Only about a yard gain on the play there for Gallagher. It was a nice play fake. I thought Kiss had the football at first. Now 2nd and 9.
Yeah, nice play by the Scotties, by Trout, and was able to trip him up, but he just misses him a little bit, and he can celebrate all he wants, but one of these times, Rodney's going to break one of those and kind of wave at him when he's going by.
2:12 left here in the opening quarter, 2nd and 9, and now Rod redirecting Kiss off to the left.
4 on the play clock.
Needs to hurry here, down to 2, down to 1. Gallagher gets it away, and it's going to go to Eric Allen on the handoff. Allen across the 35-40, look out here. Eric Allen's loose with a flag on the play. Down and run out of bounds right around the Southmoreland. They're going to rule him out at the 39. We'll see, this one's coming back.
That's probably going to come back. It's a spot where you normally find a hold, but
flag was thrown at the Laurel Highlands 43. And you're right, Steve, holding penalty against the Mustangs. Allen, very impressive last week, and he'll have a homecoming game next week, Steve, against Brownsville. And you feel bad for the Falcons. They've had a number of players transfer out. Hunter Acid also going to California. And he's one of the starters for the Trojans this year.
Well, good news for the Mustangs, it's only a 2nd down and 8 now.
Correct.
It's a
spot penalty. And a handoff going to Allen again, this time coming near side at the 35-40. Allen, another Laurel Highlands first down. Tough to slow him down. Taking it down to the 47, 15-yard pickup for Eric Allen.
A flag now. Let's see what happens. That's going to be either on number 12 for the Mustangs.
That'll be Caden Friel.
Yeah, or number 3. That's Kessel. But they were jawing each other, and it's one of those situations where who the referee saw do what. And he's pointing. They just sent Frail to the sideline, so you wonder if he's even ejected or just has to come out for a play.
Probably want those guys to cool off a little bit.
And again, that's a first down play by Allen, and that's, you just don't need that from either team.
147 left here in the opening quarter. Rodney Gallagher, 1-yard touchdown run for Laurel Highlands. Anthony Govern, a 2-yard run for Southmoreland. And a personal foul against Laurel Highlands. That's going to be the only penalty here, Steve. Not going to be offsetting.
So that'll be 1st and 25. And that's a tough one for the Mustangs.
You said 1st and 25. Football now back at the Laurel Highlands 33-yard line. With 1:47 left here in the opening quarter.
Comes Kiss comes back in the game.
He's been very involved. Also Jaden Pratt out there. Pratt in the slot left. Now they'll reposition Pratt and Kiss and put Kiss in the slot. You also have Matt Lucas split out to the far side as Gallagher's going to throw. Another flag on the play. Rod pulls it down as the 35-40 cuts up the field. Rod, a nice run, but will it stand? Look out here. Rod inside the 45-40. 35-30. It's going to be a shame if this one comes back.
It's coming back.
As Gallagher took it all the way down to the Southmoreland 25-yard line. At least good for his highlight reel.
It's going to be good for the highlight reel, but it's going to be 2 holding penalties against the Mustangs. It's going to force it back to about a 1st and 45 or 1st and 35.
Well, it's 1st and 25. Flag at the 30, which will take it back to the 20. This might be, Steve, about a 13-yard penalty from the flag was thrown. She might have 1st and 38. And move this one back again. Still 1:13 left here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, long quarter.
Yes. You had the injury stoppage for one of the stick crew.
Oh, it might be against the Scotties.
Wow. That would be something.
And the officials are, and the players know, the Scotties are all down by where the play ended.
What would you call on Southmoreland at that position of the
face
field?
Mask, something, maybe something could have,
That's a huge break for Laurel Highlands.
Yeah.
That Gallagher run is going to stick. Wow. That's going to be, Steve, about a 60-yard penalty.
No, the run counts.
Well, I'm saying the run counts, but you look at where the ball would have been on the field. Now it's going to be all the way down to the Southmoreland 12. It would have been back around the Laurel Highlands 20.
Yeah, if the penalty would have went the other way.
Correct. You're looking at almost about a 68-yard difference from the penalty going on one side or the other, and Laurel Highlands will take it. Gallagher back out of the shotgun. Eric Allen to his right, triple right formation. Laurel Highlands trying to punch it in on this 1st and 10 from the Southmoreland 13. Rod takes the snap, rolls out to the right. Little pump fake, quick out, pass complete, and going there to Joe Chambers at the 5-yard line. Pickup of 8 to bring up 2nd down and 2.
Michael Orovitz with the tackle.
With 37 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Now they're going to actually rule Chambers out of the 6.
About 3.
So it will go as a gain of 6, maybe 7 there, Steve, to bring up 2nd down and a long 3. As the Mustangs come to the line, play clock at 8. Triple left formation to get to the wide side of the field. Gallagher with Allen to his right in the backfield as Rod takes the snap. Handoff goes to Allen. Plenty of running room on the left side. Allen inside the 5 and able to get into the end zone for Laurel Highlands touchdown as the Mustangs retake the lead at 13-7 with 6 seconds left here in the opening quarter. 7-yard touchdown run, Eric Allen. And the blocking up front, Steve, springing Allen free.
Yeah, good job. And a lot of that blocking done by the receivers, which is really good to see. If they can get blocks from their outside receivers, it's going to be really great for the Mustangs this year.
Now Radcliffe on for the extra point. It's up, on the way, and through. So with 6 seconds left here in the opening quarter, 14-7. Laurel Highlands over Southmoreland, and we're back at 60 here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
COVID-19 vaccines teach your body to recognize and fight the COVID virus. You can get this vaccine at no cost to you at Peachin Pharmacy in Connellsville. Schedule online, by phone, or just walk in. Help protect yourself and your loved ones. When you are ready, get your vaccine at Peachin Pharmacy. Visit peachinpharmacy.com for more information.
Peachin Pharmacy. Your local pharmacy.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
The sun beginning to set. Harry Radcliffe with the run up. Mustangs up 14-7. Kick angled on the far side, and the Scotties bring it back here from the 8-yard line. And a nice run here across the 30 down to the 32-yard line, and that's where Southmoreland will start first and 10. A couple of extracurriculars out there, Steve.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Yes, it is. So we'll take another timeout. 14-7. Mustangs over the Scotties. We're back in 60. Start of the second quarter on the way next here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
This is Dr. Fraser Stokes. Have you ever felt something stick in your chest when swallowing? This can be caused by a narrowing in your esophagus from inflammation, scar tissue, or rarely a tumor. At SWGI, our board-certified gastroenterologist, Dr. Ruthart Calabrese Hoppy, and I specialize in the care of swallowing disorders. Call 724-437-7677 or visit swgispecialist.com.
North Union Township Supervisor Curtis Matthews, along with his fellow supervisors, wish all of the Laurel Highlands Mustangs good luck this year. Kurt Matthews knows that dedication and teamwork are what it takes to keep moving forward, and that is exactly what Kurt has done for over 17 years in North Union Township. Kurt Matthews knows that teamwork, experience, and dedication are what it takes. Keep the team together. Vote for Kurt Matthews.
Start of the second quarter. Laurel Highlands on top 14-7. Eric Allen and Rodney Gallagher touchdown runs for the Mustangs. Anthony Govern a 2-yard scamper for Southmoreland. It'll be the Scotties football. They're working left to right as we describe it.
They just threw Friel out of the game, or at least they sent him out of the play, so maybe he got kicked out of the game.
Wow. We did not see that earlier, and usually when the player is kicked out of the game, they have to leave the sidelines too.
Well, either that or he said something to someone and the official heard it and said take a break.
Govern and the Scotties going back at it. Govern calling his own number across the 35 and brought down around the 39-yard line. Tackled there by Azine Sumter for the Mustangs. And that'll be a 7-yard gain, maybe 8-yard gain up to the 40. Now they'll reposition the football just shy of the 40, so second down and 2 here for Southmoreland. Our opening drive of the second quarter. Govern back out of the gun as Noah Phillips off to his left. Twin receivers to the far side, lone wide out to the near side. They have Trayvon Lee split out to the right. And a handoff going here to Noah Phillips. Phillips needed just 2, got just 1. And it'll be stopped there, Steve. Looks like just shy of the first down. From 3rd down and short.
Daniel Carney with the tackle.
Daniel Carney with the tackle defensively there for Laurel Highlands.
Most of the damage by the Scotties done on the ground. A lot of read option. So Govern's a pretty big kid. Not tall, but he's just got some size to him, and he can. He's almost like a running back there.
Here's Jeff Johnson now off to his right. Low snap coming back. Govern pulls it down. Mustangs right there. They drive him back. First to the football defensively from Laurel Highlands is Brian Yorchik, number 10.
Yeah, Yorchik, great job by Yorchik to get in there and bust that one up. His family actually sitting to my right last week. They were cheering him on, and I bet they're cheering that one on because that was one heck of a play by Yorchik, and that's going to force a punt.
This will be the first punt this season for Southmoreland. Jake Kaler to kick it away, standing back at the 28. Gallagher, the deep man for the Mustangs, back at the 25. Clean snap comes back to Kaler and a nice kick. It'll go back to Rod at the 26-yard line. Rod, a little sidestep. Getting around the 30 and brought down to the 31-yard line. That's where the Mustangs will start 1st and 10 when we come back. 9:56 left before halftime. 14-7 Mustangs. We're back in 30 here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Mama Ruka's Pizza Shop, located at 64 Barton Mill Road in Uniontown, is your prime place to enjoy local high school sports. Mama Ruka's is family-owned and operated where pride of ownership certainly shows. The Sampson family carries on the tradition of homemade pizza, salads, subs, and wings. Mama Ruka's is open Monday through Saturday, 4 to 10 for indoor-outdoor dining and takeout. Call 724-438-9066 or visit mamarukapizza.com for their menu.
Back here at Russ Grimm Field. Could have easily been the head coach of the Steelers, Steve, about 15 years ago. One of the finals when the Steelers hired Mike Tomlin. Now Rodney Gallagher and the Mustangs go at it here from the 35. Rod, a little play fake. He's going to keep it himself here on the near side and get run out of bounds at the 34. 4-yard pickup to bring up 2nd down and 6. Many around the Southmoreland community, Steve, we've come up here and done a lot of basketball games in the past, have told me they actually said to Grimm he had the job for a little while before they hired Tomlin.
Yeah, well, he's doing okay. He had, one heck of a career.
Yes, he did.
I just missed playing against him when I was at WVU. He just graduated right before I got there.
Triple right formation. Handoff goes to Eric Allen at the 35-40. Allen still going, and they'll rule him down here at the 42-yard line. 8-yard run for Eric Allen was finally drugged down on the play by J.J. Bloom, number 25. Another Mustang first down. We have a Scotty, I think it's Bloom. It's a little shaken up, but he's going to remain in the game. You can tell he's ailing a little bit. Now he might be checking out, Steve. I've taken one there below the belt.
Yeah, he's going to gut it out.
Yes, he is. Watch single coverage here on the near side.
Literally.
Snap comes back to Gallagher and Rod on the far side. A little quick out, pass complete. Going there to Jaden Pratt, and Pratt a first down inside the 45 and knocked down to the 44-yard line. If he fumbled, it went out of bounds, and it'll be a 14-yard pickup and some extracurriculars over there, flags everywhere.
That's going to be on Southmoreland. That's going to be on, I think that's the same guy that Trout, number 3, or Kessel.
I saw some extracurriculars earlier, and things certainly getting chippy between these two teams with 9:06 left before halftime.
It's number 7. That's Bass, I believe.
Josh Bass, number 7, correct. No ejection, though, Steve, that I saw. There will be a free 15 yards for the Mustangs out the personal foul. He'll take the football down to the 30-yard line. That's the third penalty for 39 yards on the Southmoreland side. And the Mustangs now with the 1st and 10 here at the Scotties 30. Yeah. Looking to go up 2 scores in this game.
Chance to take control of this game. The Mustangs really offensively have looked very good again.
Triple left formation, handoff going to Eric Allen. Allen inside the 25-20, still going inside the 15, breaks a tackle, the 10, and down to the 8-yard line. 22-yard run for Eric Allen, and another Mustang first down, bringing up 1st and goal from the 8.
Let me tell you, he is really good. I mean, we've seen a lot of backs over the years. He's just solid. He got that little juke step, a little hesitation. Last week he was given a little, kind of like Le'Veon Bell, where he was kind of dancing around and waiting for blocks, but that time he just kind of skipped to his left on stride, never really lost speed.
6 for 62 for Allen so far in this game, and they'll fake the jet sweep, handoff going to Allen, no fooling the Scotties on that one as he's brought down for a 2-yard loss on the play, tackled there by Trey Wetzel.
Yeah, that one
back at the 10-yard line. So they had at the top of the 18-yard box for soccer, now driven back, actually about a 3-yard loss back to the 11.
Well, they faked the jet sweep to Hooper, and he came across, and they all kind of meshed at the same spot, and I think they collided a little bit. Hooper and Allen and Gallagher all kind of hit each other, and it just kind of disrupted everything, and Allen had nowhere to go.
Oh, banana bunch out to the left. 2nd and goal from the 11. Rod takes the snap out of the shotgun. He's going to go back to the right. Single coverage and brought down for a mo. They're going to say incomplete. Incomplete. I thought Jaden Pratt had it.
Well, he did have it, and then he got ripped out of his hands by a great defensive play. And I believe that was Bass. Number 7. Oh, that was Trout. They're giving it to Trout, who broke it up, and that was a good play by Trout because, like you said, he had it coming down and just got ripped out of his hand, just couldn't hold on to it.
Now 3rd and goal from the 11. Mustangs will go twins to each side, ball on the far hash mark. Gallagher again out of the gun, Allen off to his right. And they'll bring a man in motion. That's DeMonte Kiss. Triple left set as Rod takes the snap. Again, he goes back to the right. Single coverage intercepted. Picked off in the end zone. Mustangs had a chance to go up 2 scores, and Rod throws a red zone pick.
Yeah, just didn't throw it high enough. He's got a tall receiver there and just didn't throw it up high enough for his guy to be able to get it. The defender had good position and made a nice play.
Trying to catch a number on that. Tony's telling me 22, Isaac Trout.
Yep, same 2 guys.
So Trout on the interception, and Southmoreland after the touchback will take over on their own 20-yard line. So a rare red zone turnover. Certainly keeps the Scotties in this game. He had an opportunity for Laurel Highlands to go up 2 scores. And Trout with the pick, and now the Scotties back in business. And a semi-loaded pistol now for Govern and Southmoreland. Mustangs crowd in the box showing a little run blitz here. And they're going to get the ball carrier there, 21, Jeff Johnson, for about a 5, maybe 6-yard loss back to the 14.
A good pursuit by the Mustangs after that sudden change turnover. And that really is that's a 4-point swing because you think definitely the Mustangs were in field goal range the way Radcliffe's been kicking the ball.
Seen a lot of sudden changes in this game. Couple of penalties going one way and then the other. And now after a red zone interception, the Mustangs a nice defensive stop. Now 2nd and 15 for Govern and the Scotties. Govern takes the snap, hangs in the pocket, looking deep near sideline, single coverage, and the ball is tipped and falls incomplete. J.J. Bloom, the intended wide receiver, the Mustangs with Hooper showing coverage.
Yeah, Hooper jumped too early, Brian. He had a pick, but he mistimed it. He jumped up too early. He was on his way down when the ball was arriving. He just mistimed it a little bit. And, that goes back to the old basketball, getting those rebounds. Got to watch that ball come off the rim, and that ball was coming down. He just went up too early. He would have had a pick, I think, Brian, if he would have timed it up right.
Sure. Basketball assistant coach John Smith.
Yes.
Is watching, telling him to time the jumps a little better. 3rd and 15 now from the Scotties' 15-yard line. Govern again in the gun. Pocket collapsing, airs it out. Single coverage. That's Bass into Mustang territory down to the 40. Lost the football. They're going to say it's a loose. Bass got on it and then knocked it out of bounds. Still should be Southmoreland's football here at the Mustang 39. Big time play there. It'll go.
Oh, that's just unbelievable.
As a gain of 46 yards.
Jaden Pratt's going to get a penalty. He took the player's mouthpiece, walked about 5 yards the other way back towards where the line of scrimmage was, and kicked it and he might get kicked out of the game for that, and that's just inexcusable. I don't understand what he's thinking
penalty.
about. What's he thinking about? I mean, Pratt's a nice player, but what is he doing?
The good news for Laurel Highlands did not see an ejection there.
And he did it right in front of the official. I mean, he went out in the middle of, where there was no players around. It was kind of wide open field. I mean, just like.
Yeah, no reason for that.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. I mean, I know it's an emotional game, but, you have to pick up the guy's mouthpiece and kick it.
Now 1st and 10 from the Laurel Highlands 25-yard line after the personal foul. They fake the inside handoff, screen far side, complete to Isaac Trout. And Trout will take it down close to the 20-yard line. 4, maybe 5 there for the pickup from Govern to Trout.
Got another listener tonight, Brian, my buddy Bernie Hoke. He's actually from West Newton. He's actually down in Port St. Lucie getting ready for the National Club Pro Championship. He qualified. So
congratulations to him.
Good luck to him. And he's down there. He's getting ready.
You were playing some tournament golf earlier this week too, weren't you, Steve?
Yep. We got rained out at South Hills Country Club in the Pittsburgh Open. But it was a nice course.
2nd and 6. And a little reverse handoff going here with open field. That's Trout again. And Isaac Trout takes it down to the 9-yard line. A 12-yard gain for Trout and a Southmoreland first down as the Scotties look to knot things up.
Well, Friel's back in the game. That's good news. He did not get ejected. And
now the Scotties with a 1st and goal here at the Laurel Highlands 9-yard line.
We just got word of my buddy Steve Nesser just tuned us in. And the score is 14-7, 5:16 left, but the Scotties are driving.
And Govern with those 2 protector backs, Steve, off to the right. He's going to go the opposite way, off to the left, has blocking there as well inside the 5, and he'll spin his way into the end zone for a Southmoreland touchdown. Govern from 8 yards out gets the Scotties back to within 1 at 14-13.
Kind of an odd game so far tonight, Brian. A lot of big plays, a lot of penalties, couple turnovers, just some really odd choices by both players on both teams that are just kind of costing their teams, and it all adds up to a 14 score if this extra point can go through, and it does.
We're all knotted up at 14, 5:02 left before halftime. Laurel Highlands and Southmoreland all tied up, and we're back in 60 seconds here in the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? M&R Transit is now hiring van drivers. Van drivers must be 26 years of age, have a valid driver license, and a clean driving record. Van drivers must be able to obtain all clearances. For more information, call 724-439-3164. That's 724-439-3164, or apply in person at M&R Transit, 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue. M&R Transit wishes the Laurel Highlands Mustangs good luck.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox for only $259 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit CHarperChevyEast.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is for GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months and 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity down with GM Lease Loyalty or GM Lease Conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Sale ends September 30th, 2021. While supplies last. Call dealer for all other details at 724-668-2231.
Good game tonight from Russ Grimm Field, tied at 14. Kaler on the kickoff, and 2 Mustangs collide on the run back, and it's going to get scooped up here by Hooper, and Hooper with a nice return will take it down to midfield.
Hooper was all business there. He just took that ball right away from Allen, and he didn't mess around. He went straight up the field. That's one thing the coaches can remember from my playing days. We used to scream at those receivers and returners, upfield, and that's what he did. He went straight up the field. It'd go side to side, and he picked up some big yards.
Had a Scotty a little slow in getting up now. Hopping to his feet. That last touchdown, an 8-yard run from Anthony Govern, capping off a 5-play, 80-yard drive that took 2:33 off the clock. The score occurring at the 5:02 mark of the second quarter. With Kaler adding the extra point, we're tied at 14.
And a lot of penalties. How many penalties we have there, Tone, for both teams? We got the six penalties on the Mustangs, and three and three, but 3 big penalties.
Laurel Highlands in good field position here to start this drive. And a handoff going here on the near side, and a gang tackle of Ryan Pyro, 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage back of the 48. So that one didn't fool Southmoreland.
No, but you know what, Brian? It's time for Gallagher has done nothing. Really, that one big run he had, when we thought there was going to be a couple penalties, but he hasn't done much, and he hasn't had to do much. He's got guys that are making plays for him, but it's about time for him to slip one, do that read option and run around the end with it.
And actually ruled that a 3-yard loss there for Pyro. Gallagher back out of the shotgun with Allen to his left, triple right formation, fakes the handoff. Rod trying to call his own number. They read it well defensively with the stop there. Chai Knopsnyder for Southmoreland goes as a yard loss to bring up 3rd down and 14.
Well, no reason to panic yet. Still a heck of a lot of football left. 4:02 left, second quarter. It's been a pretty good football game.
Under 4 minutes left here in the second quarter. Triple right formation on this 3rd and 14. Rod rolling out to the far side. Little quick out pass complete to Monte Kiss. Pushed out of bounds here at the Southmoreland 46. So, Steve, you'll have a 4th and 6 upcoming for Laurel Highlands in Southmoreland territory at the 46-yard line. What do you do if your head coach, Rich Colas?
Well, you know how I feel about punting.
I shouldn't even ask you
punting
anymore.
in high school football. I mean, it's just.
They're going to go quick here.
Yep.
They're going quick, twins to each side. Gallagher again, Allen off to his right. Now sending a man in motion, Kiss. He'll line up in the slot left. Play clock at 13. Might try a little hard count here. And now Gallagher with the snap coming back. Rolls to the near side. Gallagher on the run. Pump fake. Lets it go. Deflected and incomplete. Intended for Ryan Pyro. Might have thrown him off there a little bit, Steve, as Bass got a piece of the football.
Well, it did. It did get deflected, but it hit him right between the numbers, and that would have been a tough catch, but he just couldn't hold it in. A tough play for Pyro there. He just could not handle it, and give the Scotties some credit for deflecting that ball. And pretty good defensive stand, but still worth the risk there, Brian. If you punt, even if you're not gaining a lot by punting.
So another momentum swing in this game now in Southmoreland's direction. And they'll have the football here at their own 46. And Govern out of the shotgun. Phillips to his right. And now they'll bring a man in motion. That's Lee.
Oh, nice
and the
play.
Mustangs reading that one well as Lee got the football and he stopped.
Carney.
About 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage to bring up 2nd and 15. You're right, Steve. Carney hit him first.
Carney and Tucker, two of them. Tucker, only a sophomore.
And Bass is hurt, Steve. Might just be cramping up down here on the near sidelines.
Weather is pretty comfortable tonight.
Yes. Game time temperature, I think around 69 degrees. Can't ask for better weather here. Labor Day weekend in southwestern Pennsylvania. Actually called that a 6-yard loss on the play. So 2nd and 16. Govern takes the snap. They're coming right at him. Trying to step up, lost the football, got it back. Still able to lower the shoulder, come forward and pick up 2.
Yeah, wow. That was a fortuitous bounce there. Just bounced. It got stripped out. One of the defenders from the Mustangs knocked it out. The ball went forward, hit on the nose first, and went right back into his hands. And he actually kept running with it. That was a big break for the Scotties not to lose the football there.
Now 3rd down and 15.
It's a big play for the Mustangs. You gotta try to hold them here. Can't give up a big play or another penalty.
Now with 2:15 now left before halftime.
No one's guarding the receiver in the slot.
Govern takes the snap, rolls off to his left. Now he'll release the football, quick out. Gallagher with good contact as the ball got to the wide receiver, J.J. Bloom. Goes as a completion of about 8 yards. We're going to have a 4th and 7 upcoming.
4th and 6. They got it on the right on the 50.
Correct.
They got to get to the 44, so it's 4th and 6. They're going to send the punt team out. I can't believe that. But maybe they feel like either they're.
He had a nice punt earlier.
Well, no, yeah, he punted well, and it was a pretty good snap too. So, he feels pretty comfortable, and their defense really played well the last series, holding the Mustangs down. Oh,
they're going to fake it. Snap going to the up man, Noah Phillips, and Noah Phillips inside the 45 down to the 43. Should have enough for a first down, needed 6, got 7.
Yep, nice fake. Good play by the Scotties. Caught the Mustangs kind of snapping there. You got to, you almost got to be ready for that. I'm, disappointed in myself not even calling for that, because that was a perfect opportunity for a fake. And
got to watch the clock now, Steve, with 1:07 left before halftime. They have 1 timeout remaining, and they're going in tight here. Twins to each side. And Govern taking the snap, reverse going back to Bass, who's back out there inside the 45-40, and Bass taking it down to the 38-yard line. 5 yards there for Bass, but they have to watch the clock here, Steve.
Yeah.
Down to 47 seconds, only have 1 timeout left, and they're not going that quick.
Now that was the old wing T, double reverse, little scissors play. And the Mustangs able to keep it to a minimal gain.
And I cannot believe, Steve, they're not moving quicker.
We're not using a timeout.
Now they have 1 left. Clock down to 29 seconds left. Second and 6. Bringing a man in motion, and they're going to try a little halfback option pass. A little pump there from Lee. Lets it go. Dropped by Bass. Pass falls incomplete. Clock stopped with 19.7 left here in the second quarter.
Well, the problem you have here, if you're Southmoreland, is your field goal kicker, although he did make both extra points, they both barely got over the crossbar. So you got to feel like a field goal is probably not an option.
Had a better leg on his punt.
Yeah. Well, they hitting those little spinners like one of your little chip shots that was just barely getting over the bunker. You know what I mean? And it just, he barely got it over. Our guy's kicking it over the buses over there. And but, he just, so he's not going to, the point is the field goal's not the play. They're going to have to go to the end zone.
Govern trying to go quick there.
And Mike Gaffney, who has been busy back there as the official tonight, calls
pre-snap penalty.
Yep, false start.
We have to think, though, Steve, 18.3 left. Might be looking at a home run ball.
Well, you got to look, you got to look at a home run ball, something down the sidelines. They got to get out of bounds. They do have 1 timeout left.
Third down and 11.
I'll put it down here at the 44. Boy, this has been a fun game to watch so far tonight from Russ Grimm Field. 3rd and 11. Upcoming here for Southmoreland, but the clock a bigger factor at this juncture of the game.
It's not the time to try to matriculate the ball down the field.
No.
They got to go deep.
And here we go, 3rd and 11 from they have on the scoreboard the 44-yard line.
Watch
and now the
Hooper covering the big receiver down here on the bottom of your screen.
You're supposed to have the band out on the field there, Steve, on the far side. They're awfully close.
Yeah.
It's like I'm watching Cal Stanford from 82.
Yeah. Let's hope one of our guys can run one back and knock over the tuba player. So they got to be careful with that coverage. You got Gallagher, you feel pretty comfortable. And Hooper has really tight coverage here.
Govern takes the snap. Little pump fake. Was hit as he threw. Far side Bass is there. Couldn't hang on.
Now that's another thing. That was really dangerous as Hooper and the Shields collided, almost knocked each other down.
Correct.
And if the receiver keeps his feet and the ball somehow gets to him, that's a touchdown.
Now 4th and 11. Have to think you're going for it here. 13.5 left on the clock. The Mustangs do have their full complement of timeouts.
Well,
on the other side, if they get the football back, you're not going to have much time to work with.
Well, with Gallagher, you don't need much time.
No. They have quick strike ability for sure. So Govern expecting to put it up here. Twins to the far side. And he's going to punt. Quick kick. Wow. Didn't see that one coming. And they'll down it here at the 21-yard line, so the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10 with 5.7 left on the clock. So we'll just keep it right here.
Scotty should have let that ball roll around a little bit, let a few more. The clock might have ran out because it was going to roll, and of course it was going to roll backwards. So that's why the offensive player for the Scotties downed it. But he'd have been better off letting him run a couple more yards and maybe get down to zeros.
Well, the line of scrimmage will be the Laurel Highlands 21-yard line.
And I think
they're going to take a knee here and go into the locker room. At least they're lining up that way. But again, you never know. They're in tights. Let's see if Rod takes a knee. And he will, and we'll go into the locker room tied at 14 after a very entertaining first half from Russ Grimm Field in Alberton, Pennsylvania. Laurel, Highlands, and Southmoreland tied at 14. Stay tuned for our halftime show brought to you by Peachin's Pharmacy inside the downtown Connellsville Peachin Market. It comes your way next here on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, also on Facebook Live. Stats coming up next courtesy of Mr. Tony Hanula. Stay tuned. We'll have stats in a moment. Tied at 14, Laurel, Highlands, and Southmoreland here on WMBS, Facebook Live, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Savings is as easy as 1, 2, 3 with an Education Club savings account at First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Your future dreams will start adding up, plus you may qualify for a scholarship upon high school graduation. Visit any First Federal branch to start saving today. For more information on account rules and scholarship eligibility, visit firstfederalofgreene.com. Best wishes to our local team from First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County and MLS number 458729, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Lease Plumbing and Excavating, helping area residents with residential and commercial plumbing, gas, electric, and water lines, along with paving, concrete, and excavation site work for over 30 years. Building a new home, Lease does utility installation of water, gas, and sewage lines. Lease does maintenance work on all existing homes, too. Call 724-245-2950. That's 724-245-2950 for your quote. Lee's wishes all the area football teams good luck this season from Lee's Plumbing and Excavating.
Cancer patients in Fayette and Greene County no longer have to travel to find the care they need thanks to a new partnership between the WVU Cancer Institute and WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital. The new cancer center is now open on the second floor of the annex building on the hospital's campus and will take a multidisciplinary approach to medical oncology care, including chemotherapy and other infusion services, a pharmacy, and lab. Patients will have access to nurse navigation, a telephone triage system for symptom management and prescription refills, cancer registry services, tumor boards, and telemedicine appointments. The clinic will include 8 exam rooms, 1 procedure room, 1 consult room, 1 provider workroom, and 1 station for obtaining patient vitals. The infusion area will include 8 private infusion bays with heated massage chairs, 2 additional swing flex rooms, and 1 station for obtaining patient vitals. Patients wishing to schedule medical oncology and infusion appointments at Uniontown Hospital can call 724-912-7520. For more information on the WVU Cancer Institute, visit wvumedicine.org/cancer. WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital. The new us, here for you.
Hi, my name is Christian. I'm here to tell you about my youth group. Every Thursday at Trinity United Presbyterian Church of Uniontown is youth group night. We have food, play games, and read from the Bible, not to mention our other fun activities such as video game nights, horseback riding, and bowling, just to name a few. I really enjoy gathering with my friends and learning cool new things. If you're interested, you can call the church at 724-437-2709, 724-437-2709. Bring a friend and join us for a fun time in fellowship. The fun starts at 5:30.
Does your car sound like it's saying, "Trade me in, trade me in," every time you start it up? Well, go to Ford of Uniontown and trade it in. That's right, your Uniontown Ford dealer is ready to assist you with a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV purchase. Ford of Uniontown has all the deals, all the inventory, and they are ready to deal. It has never been a better time to buy a Ford. Service is their top priority. No matter where you purchase your Ford car or truck, Ford of Uniontown will be happy to service it for you. They offer Ford trained technicians, Ford certified parts and service, 1-year, 12,000-mile parts warranties, and new state-of-the-art service equipment. Call or stop in today to see the hometown service of Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 West across from Applebee's. So listen to your car the next time you hear it say, "Trade me in, trade me in." Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 at the top of the hill.
Whether you're taking classes from home or looking to get the most out of your internet and Wi-Fi, Zoom Extreme from Armstrong offers superior speed and coverage for all of your devices. Every smart TV, every laptop, every gaming system. We're talking whole home internet at our fastest speeds possible with unlimited data for one low monthly price. Don't trust your cell phone company to power your home's Wi-Fi needs. Visit ArmstrongOneWire.com/Zoom and make the switch. Zoom Extreme from Armstrong, keeping you connected.
Prime Rozak, Steve Super, Tony Hanula, and Kylie Soberdash back here at Russ Grimm Field in Alberton, Pennsylvania. Good first half. We're tied at 14. Laurel, Highlands, and Southmoreland. Our halftime show brought to you by Peachin's Pharmacy inside the downtown Connellsville Peachin Market. Steve, is your halftime stats. They're brought to you by the Radcliffe Law Firm located on Morgantown Street in Uniontown.
Okay, oh, there you go. I was looking for the other school stats here from Tony. Thank you, Tony. For the Scotties, this surprised me, Brian, looking at the stats, as Govern was 9 for 11, 37 yards. I didn't think he threw that many times, but he did. Trout had 4 catches, 48 yards. Bloom 1 for 9 yards. Wetzel 1 for 4 yards. And Bass 2 catches, 61 yards. Clayton had 1 for 5 yards. On the ground, Govern did most of the damage, 8 carries, 28 yards. He had both touchdowns. Phillips had 4 carries for 2 yards, and Trout 2 for 13. As a team, they had 31 plays. They had 127 yards passing, 43 yards on the ground, 170 yards total offense. They did have 4 penalties for 44 yards going the other way. For the Mustangs, Gallagher just 3 of 7, 1 pick, and he had 30 yards total in passing. One of those going to Chambers for 8 yards, 1 to Kiss for 8 yards, and 1 to Pratt for 14 yards. On the ground, Rodney Gallagher had 5 carries for 48 yards, did have a score on that quarterback sneak. Allen 7 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown. Hooper had 1 on the reverse for 11 yards, and for the Mustangs, they had 21 plays offensively. It didn't seem like they were out there very much. Only had 30 yards passing, did have 115 rushing, 145 yards in total offense, as the score is tied 14 all. And Brian, I would say in that first half, the Mustangs had the momentum early in that most of the first quarter, and then in the second quarter it kind of shifted, and the Scotties have got back in the game, and it kind of leveled off. So we got a good tie game at halftime. Should be a great second half.
And looking forward to it. We'll have more coming up here at halftime. Laurel, Highlands, and Southmoreland tied at 14 here on WMBS, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
We go your way all around every day. It's a fact. We're driving harder.
Have you ever been at a fact bus stop and wondered where your bus was? Now you can track all fact fixed buses in real time. Go to factbus.com or download the Fact Bus Route app for your cell phone or tablet from the Google App Store. It's free. And don't forget, all fact fixed route buses now have free Wi-Fi. For more information and for rates and routes, go to factbus.com or call 724-628-RIDE.
I'll give Harrison a shout out too. Start of the third.
You all right? You all right, Dave?
Good softball practice over there. Advertised in southwestern Pennsylvania for personal injury and workers' comp cases, but most of them send their assistants to do the legwork. You might not even meet your attorney until your first hearing.
We're local attorneys, Davis & Davis. We meet directly with our clients, including free consultation. There are no fees until you receive money on your case. If you've been injured, call Davis & Davis, representing you and your neighbors yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Phone 724-437-2799.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare. Delaware Avenue. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Lee's Plumbing and Excavating, helping area residents with residential and commercial plumbing, gas, electric, and water lines, along with paving, concrete, and excavation site work for over 30 years. Building a new home, Lee's does utility installation of water, gas, and sewage lines. Lee's does maintenance work on all existing homes, too. Call 724-245-2950. That's 724-245-2950 for your quote. Lee's wishes all the area football teams Good luck this season from Lee's Plumbing and Excavating.
Going on now with Steel Harper Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox for only $259 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit charperchevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months and 10,000 miles yearly for $3,000 cash rate equity down with GM Lease Loyalty or GM Lease Conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Sale ends September 30th, 2021. Plus supplies last. Call dealer for all other details at 724-929-8000.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowell's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowellsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
Freaky fast, freaky good. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or call 724-437-6800 for delivery or curbside pickup. Jimmy John's, next to Walnut Hill. Shop and save.
Brian Morozak, Steve Supercatona Hinola back here at Russ Grimm Field at Southmoreland High School. 14-14, the Mustangs and the Southmoreland Scotties taking a look at some of their scores around the WPIAL. California 22-14 lead over Beth Center at halftime. At South Fayette 35, West Mifflin nothing. Fort Cherry up 39-0 over Avella. McGuffey a 30-0 lead over Brownsville, and Carmichael's up 21-0 over Charleroi. Those are some scores from around the WPIAL. Taking a look at our first half scoring summary. Ronnie Gallagher getting things started for the Mustangs. A 1-yard touchdown run at the 8:43 mark of the opening quarter. And that gave Laurel Highlands a 7-0 lead. Anthony Govern coming back. 2-yard touchdown run for Southmoreland to tie the game at 7. And Eric Allen a 7-yard touchdown run for the Mustangs. Increased the lead to 14-7. Govern getting his second touchdown of the night, an 8-yard run at the 5:02 mark of the second quarter. That capped off a 5-play, 80-yard drive that took 2:33 off the clock. That's our halftime score. Laurel Highlands 14, Southmoreland 14. We're back with more at halftime here on our Peachin's Pharmacy halftime show on WMES, the Triple I High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live. Nick Barchak will have a quick news and weather update right after this.
For every concussion that happens in professional sports, 5,000 happen in high school games. That's why Excella Health is pleased to have concussion specialists on staff. Running the concussion program is Dr. Jim Masterson. Dr. Masterson is a credentialed impact consultant and leader in concussion management. Excella Health also has the most advanced equipment and experienced people. To make an appointment with Dr. Masterson, visit myexcelladoc.org or call 1-855-EXCELLA-DOC. That's 1-855-EXCELADOC.
Trib Live has a little something for proud to support local high school sports.
Derby's Riverside Ford is pleased to announce that we have once again been awarded Ford Motor Company's highest honors for 2020, the Ford President's Award. In order to achieve this award, dealers must exceed customer expectations every day and achieve the highest levels of performance. The pursuit of excellence requires passion, tenacity, and hard work in both sales and service. The Thurby family and our employees would like to thank our customers for scoring us the highest in the Pittsburgh region for customer satisfaction. The Thurby family has earned the prestigious President's Award 20 times. No other Ford dealer in the tri-state area can claim this milestone. Remember, victory is achieved each time a customer translates into a lifelong relationship, and that's a celebration of excellence. Please stop by Thurby's Riverside Ford and experience the difference.
Hi, my name is Christian. I'm here to tell you about my youth group. Every Thursday at Trinity United Presbyterian Church of Uniontown is youth group night. We have food, play games, and read from the Bible, not to mention our other fun activities such as video game nights, horseback riding, and bowling, just to name a few. I really enjoy gathering with my friends and learning cool new things. If you're interested, you can call the church at 724-437-2709, 437-2709. Bring a friend and join us for a fun time in fellowship. The fun starts at 5:30.
Somerset Trust Company is proud to call Fayette County home. With branches in Markleysburg, Connellsville, Hopwood, Uniontown, and Perryopolis, Somerset Trust Company is truly Fayette County's community bank. Convenient services available at all branches include checking and savings accounts, personal and business loans, mortgages and home equity loans, trust and investment management, and more. Call us at 724-626-1725. Visit us at somersettrust.com and like us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Somerset Trust Company. Community banking worth talking about. COVID-19 vaccines teach your body to recognize and fight the COVID virus. You can get this vaccine at no cost to you at Peachin Pharmacy in Connellsville. Schedule online, by phone, or just walk in. Help protect yourself and your loved ones. When you are ready, get your vaccine at Peachin Pharmacy. Visit peachinpharmacy.com for more information.
Peachin Pharmacy, your local pharmacy.
Brian Morozak, Steve Supert, Tony Hanola, and Kylie Silberdash back here at Russ Grimm Field. About 42 seconds away from the start of the second half. Had a good first half, tied at 14. Let's see what the second half has in store for us, Steve Supert.
Should be a good one. Should be a good one. And we've had a nice halftime. Tony and I snuck a piece of cold pizza. And I got to tell you, Tony talked me into it, Brian. You missed it. I know your stomach's been a little off a couple days, but JJ's Pizza donated the pizza. It was pretty good. So
it's good to hear.
I don't normally eat cold pizza, but Tony, he twisted my arm. It didn't take much.
I didn't get this way back. I'm sure.
So we got a couple of loyal listeners, Brian. My friend Bro Teich, Robert Teich and his wife Melissa, longtime WMBS listeners, are rooting on the Mustangs tonight. Wanted to say hi and thanks to them for watching and listening.
Appreciate them tuning in. And the second half underway. A little squib kick going here on the near side. It's DeMonte Kiss from the 15-yard line. Flags everywhere as Kiss takes it down the far side into Southmoreland territory. Kiss inside the 40, lost the football at the 38. Mustangs got back on it, but again, we'll check the flags.
That was a pretty good-looking block, but it just he just leveled him. And I don't know if it was from behind or not, but the officials are going to chat about it. And it's Mike Gaffney, probably not the type that would overrule. So this is probably going to come back. Mike Gaffney, the head official, who if you've gone to any high school sporting event in the last 20 years, I guarantee you've seen Mike Gaffney ref a basketball or umpire a baseball game or do a football game. He's a staple at WPIAL refereeing.
He's going to push this football all the way back to the 15-yard line.
And hello to our friends at Mama Maruka's down there, Eric Sampson, while they're all watching the game. And Harrison Lasky, I want to thank him for keeping the kitchen open a little late for us last week after the Connellsville game. Tony and I and Gary went down there. I want to thank Harrison, and maybe we'll be stopping it again soon sometime tonight.
I have to thank all of these sponsors for supporting our broadcast throughout the course of the season. And Hooper, just a minimal gain there, Steve, and the momentum certainly has swung in Southmoreland's direction.
Yeah, it really has, and the Mustangs offensively have just been a little bit discombobulated, if you will. They're just kind of a little bit off, and Gallagher really has not been able to get loose. He got loose in that one play that we thought was going to get called back for the dual holding penalties, and they picked those up and put them against Southmoreland. So other than that, he hasn't done much.
And here we go, close to a fumble there. Steve went to Eric Allen.
Yeah,
thought he lost it, able to regain, but just getting back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10. And Govern with the hit defensively there.
And Brian, I have not seen Pratt back in the game since I don't know if he got kicked out of the game or he just being left out of the game, but after he kind of lost his cool there for a little bit, and they could certainly use some athletes on the outside right now.
Yeah, Mustangs struggling a little bit right now. Now flags come in again.
Yeah, number 53 for the Mustangs. That's Colton Cole, and he's a pretty good offensive tackle on the left side. The blind side tackle just jumped a little early. And again, the Mustangs just look a little disheveled and just a little out of sync.
Now 3rd and 15. Laurel Highlands in a hole here. Football back at the 11-yard line.
Hope we don't lose Tony here because they just brought some more pizza up there, Tony.
He'll be getting up here real quick. Now 3rd down and 14. Gallagher out of the gun, going empty. Hangs in the pocket, steps up, look to run. Again, flags everywhere as Gallagher takes it across the 15 down to the 17-yard line.
Now that flag back on the 5-yard line. Now you're going to probably see the Scotties. You'd even almost be tempted to take the penalty because it's going to put them back on the 2 or 3 yard line, but it's going to be 4th down, and of course, the Mustangs would have to punt. They decline it, and an aggressive play would be to push them back on that 1 or 2 yard line and try to get a safety. And Brian,
they're going to decline it here, Steve, as you said. It'll be 4th down and 13.
Got the camera all straightened out now, Brian?
I hope so. For some reason, we seem to lose around the 3rd quarter of every game. We seem to have internet issues, and it's not on us. So don't know what causes it, but we got it back, and hopefully it stays back. And I don't know if more people are using their phones, Steve, which caused the connectivity issues, but nonetheless, those occur from time to time. And now here comes the punt going down here to midfield, and it's Bass on the run back. Bass at the 40, spun off of Allen, now trying to reverse field back here to the near side.
That's coming
Flags everywhere as Bass goes inside the 40, 30, 25, 20. Think it's coming back. Bass is going to go into the end zone for a touchdown, but it's not going to count.
It's not going to count. It's a good highlight reel for Bass. He'll get to put that on his college tape. But and then there was another flag that came down as well. But either way, it's not going to count because once they have that block in the back, it's going to come backwards. And I don't know if that second flag came in from the near sideline. And again, Mike Gaffney's been busy, the referee, and he's going to give us a call.
See how far back this goes after the penalty.
Well, the first flag where the official threw it is at the 48-yard line. So if you go back 10 from there, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 38. That's my guess.
And they're still taking a long time to sort this one out.
Well, they want to get it right. 14-14, big game.
The last flag there, Steve, was thrown at the 47.
Yeah.
No.
And the other flag, yeah. So now they're going to. I think the one on the Laurel Highlands sideline is more in line with where the first block in the back occurred. And this official here on the near sideline is trying to say it started at the 47, or the other 47, so that's pretty much a 5-yard difference.
Taking a long time to sort out what should be routine, you would think, at this juncture of the game.
Now, the referee's going to go over and talk to Coach Colsar from the Mustangs to figure out which penalty he wants, which obviously he's going to take the one that, unless it was a personal foul. If it was a personal foul on the other one from the 47, it's a 4-yard difference, so it'd be a 1-yard difference either way. It's going to go back to about the 37, 38-yard line.
Mike Gaffney coming out now at the 45.
Block in the back. That's declined, so that's going to be a personal foul. So you're right. So the personal foul was at the 47, so they're going to mark off 15, so they're going to get 1 extra yard. Yeah, that's going to go to, he only
marked the 37.
He only marked off 14 yards, but who's counting? Right, that's 6.
Quick math.
7, 8, yeah, 14 yards. He only marked off 14. He gypped us a yard. What's going on out there?
So nonetheless, the Scotties will start this drive at their own 37-yard line with Govern out of the gun. Inside handoff going here to Jeff Johnson, and Johnson lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Big series here.
2nd down and 10.
Big series for the Mustang defense here, Brian. They got to step up. The offense is struggling a little bit. They've had looked like they were in sync the first couple series, and all of a sudden the Scotties have made some adjustments and basically shut the Mustangs offense down. really since that middle of that first quarter, and the Mustangs haven't been able to do anything. And the defense for the Mustangs has been playing pretty well, only giving up 14 so far.
Govern out of the gun, low snap, regains across the middle, is looking for the tight end, Trayvell Clayton, who couldn't hang on. And Clayton had a lot of running room there, Steve.
Had a lot of running room, and Gallagher was closing in, but Gallagher didn't probably want any part of that. As Clayton goes 6'5", 260.
He would have been a tough guy to bring down.
He would have been. Gallagher just would have had to hang on and hope he stumbled down, but sure if he plays college football, he'll get to see a few of those in his time.
3rd and 10, line of scrimmage, the Southmoreland 38. Govern back out of the gun. 3 wideouts. They're coming after him. He looks to step up, sidestep a couple defenders, comes forward to the 45. Govern back to his right into Laurel Highlands territory. Got a big block and takes it down to the 40-yard line. 22-yard run from Govern. That block on the backside was huge, Steve.
Good block. It was definitely a no block on the back. Just good blocking there. It was a good job by Govern to get out. The Mustangs came with 2 middle linebackers blitzing, and he was able to just basically sidestep it. He let him run right past him, and then he stepped up in the pocket. It looked like he wanted to throw, Brian, but he had so much running room he had to take off. And a big play to get a first down to keep the drive going for the Scotties. 8:21 and counting, 14 all. Again, a big the problem for the Scotties, though, they don't have much of a field goal game.
Low snap coming back there. Govern trying to pull it down. This will be a big-time loss. Deke was there defensively for the Mustangs. Also throwing him down on the play, number 7, Ben Wilson.
And Glebus.
And 4 Mustangs got him. Loss of 6 on the play, back to the 46 to bring him 2nd down and 16.
Yeah, that was the snap came back, kind of hit him in the shin. It fell to the ground. He was able to pick it up. He's done that a couple times tonight, Brian. He's picked up some pretty nice bounces as the ball hit the ground, but they have not turned it over.
Govern with Phillips off to his left. 3 wideouts, twins to the far side. Govern takes the snap. They're coming after him again. Another low snap. Just shoved it out to the far side. Went to Noah Phillips, who got upended. And now a flag on the play at the 41-yard line with a tackle there was Hooper for the Mustangs. One is a gain of 5, but we'll check the flag, likely holding.
Now it's interesting call here for the Mustangs. You're going to take 3rd and 10, or you're going to take 2nd and 25. I think you're going to take 2nd and 25.
It's going back again into Southmoreland territory.
And again,
back of the 45.
Just sloppy football. With just both teams getting called for a lot of penalties both ways. Not many turnovers. Just a couple, but how many, Tone? We got just one interception. But it seems like some of these penalties have been big turning points in the game.
Govern back out of the gun. Takes the snap on 2nd and 25. Throws it near side. A lot of Mustangs around. Still went in and out of the hands of Isaac Trout, number 22, who managed to get in between Mustang defenders on the near side.
Yeah, DeMonte Kiss there again. Just timed his jump a little bit, and the ball went over his head, but I think he might have got a fingertip on that. And the Shields was back there as well in case the receiver caught the ball.
Now 3rd and 25, 7:06 left here in the 3rd quarter. They need, Steve, the Laurel Highlands 30 for a first down. Triple right formation. Govern out of the gun. A little play fake, backs out, sends a man down the field. Flag on the play, airs it out. Trout is there and came down with it with a nice catch at the 25-yard line. But again, this one might be coming back, and Trout's hurt. Trout is hurt big time, Steve.
Yep.
Trout is down. He instantly grabbed that ankle.
Holding offense.
We're going to have a UPMC Centers for Rehab Services injury timeout with Trout down. Tied at 14, 6:57 left here in the 3rd quarter. We'll step aside for a quick 30 here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
We're back here at Russ Grimm Field, and Steve, after the penalty, Trout is up, which is good news on the near sideline, but he's being helped off. But it's going to be 3rd down and 40 after the penalty. To the line of scrimmage, just across the Southmoreland 30, and they need the Mustang 30 for a first down. As Govern again operates out of the gun, hangs in the pocket, coming after him again, heaves it out, pass is open, but it's underthrown and intercepted. Picked off by the Mustangs to Jai Hooper.
The Mustangs fortunate there. Hooper made a nice play, but boy, I tell you what, Brian, that was dangerous. He let Bass get behind him, and that's a better throw. That could be a touchdown. But the Mustangs get a great defensive play to recover there by Hooper as he was leaping backwards and made a nice catch.
And he'll have the football back here with good field position.
Kind of looked like Rocky Blyer in the end zone. Remember that from the old days? He kind of was going backwards and he kind of reached up over his head.
And Bass could have been heading into the end zone the other way if that pass was on target, but the fact that you had the quarterback Govern hit when he let it go allowed for the INT, and back on the other side, another positive run from Eric Allen, who just won't slow down for the Mustangs. We're going to see where they're going to rule him out here, Steve. They're going to only give him 6. Saying he stepped down at the 46, but the Mustangs will take it to bring up 2nd down and 4.
I'll tell you what, I like this Allen. I mean, he came from Brownsville, and I'm sure they miss him because he's a big-time back. He looks like a college football player to me, Brian. He's going to play somewhere.
He might have 300 yards against him next week.
Yeah.
2nd and 4. Gallagher back out of the shotgun. Hands it off to Allen again. A little inside running, trying to bounce it out. Spins forward. And the ball was fumbled after it hit the turf.
The official
Correct.
says it's
That's what I said. After it hit the turf. And it's going to be very close to a first down. Actually extended past the midfield marker.
First down. They're going to give him a first down.
They're going to give him the first down.
There's a perfect example. If that's a play there, he got 4 yards, and a lot of running backs would have got 0. He just shuffled his feet, danced around, kind of slid, side to side, found it, slithered through, and was able to get 4 yards, 4 tough yards.
And from the midfield stripe, 1st and 10 here for Laurel Highlands. We're midway through the 3rd quarter. This game still tied at 14. Gallagher out of the shotgun. Allen a sidecar off to his left. Play fake, quick screen near side, going to Hooper again. Hooper into Southmoreland territory, the 45-40. Hooper a first down, should be a late hit. Are they going to call it? Yes, they will.
Yep.
That'll be a free 15 to take the football down to the Southmoreland 25-yard line. Look out here.
That's a good job by number 53, Colton Cole, to get his man out of the way and just get those players off and just get them away. No, they don't want to get in a fight. And look at what is Pratt doing? What is he doing over there? Pratt is I don't understand him, Brian. What is he thinking? He's going around the coaches like he was going to go antagonize somebody in the Southmoreland bench, and the officials are in danger of losing control of this game.
Well, Mustangs would have had a free 15 here, Steve, but let's see if another infraction goes against them
once
here.
They threw the flag, look, they throw a flag over at midfield now. That might be from the Mustang bench, but that was the coaches coming over and to see. Let's see what Mike Gaffney's had a busy night, and I got a little chuckle. My buddy Billy Beaner, our friend from Uniontown, one of my golfing buddies, he's laughing about Gaffney having a tough time of it tonight. And all those officials stick together, so I'm sure he's rooting for Gaffney to get this one straight. And they're still chatting about it, Brian. They got.
They might have a lot to sort out here.
The first flag was definitely a late hit.
You have Rich Colasar standing out at the 40 on the far side.
Yeah, and somebody needs to have a chat with Pratt because he is, he kicked that the mouthpiece earlier, which I thought might have got him kicked out of the game. I don't know what he's thinking. And, he picked up one of the players' mouthpieces, went about 5 yards behind everybody so everybody in the crowd could see him, and he punted it. And right in front of Mike Gaffney, and that was an easy call for him. And I'm surprised he was still in the game. And then he went over there and tried to get in a fight with the bench there. I don't know what he's thinking. But give credit to Cole and some of the other Mustangs and basically try to get everybody out of the way after the late hit. I didn't see much retaliation there. Did you, Brian?
No.
There's a lot of pushing and shoving.
Things getting a little too chippy.
Yep. And I don't know how long this could possibly take. I mean, what are they talking about?
Unless you're going to have a disqualification. Which is certainly possible after all the extracurriculars.
Yep. They're still huddled. Now, all the officials are there right at the 40-yard line.
And if you're just joining us, 5:50 left here in the third quarter, game tied at 14.
And the Mustangs finally moving the ball a little bit offensively.
And they would have had a 1st and 10 at the Southmoreland 25-yard line after the initial personal foul, but that's not going to be the case now.
Well, I don't understand why they're not going to get the call. Because the ball, obviously they didn't spot the ball there. So
well, with that last flag, though, Steve, I think you're going to have something called against the Mustangs after they were breaking out.
Let's see.
Mr. Gaffney, personal foul against Laurel Highlands. Personal foul against Southmoreland. So that just put it at the 40. Was there another personal foul against the Mustangs? You had 2 against the Mustangs, 1 against Southmoreland?
No, that was pointing towards the Southmoreland. Mustangs are going that to the left.
Disqualification as well on the Mustang side, which is probably.
No, I think he was pointing the other way, Brian. He was pointing it was on the Southmoreland. He's pointing to the left.
Okay. So you have a disqualification on the Scotty side then?
Yes.
And it looks like they might toss Lee out.
So
Trayvon Lee, number 1.
The Mustangs are going to get the ball 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line going in.
Now Lee's coming back out, so I don't know who got tossed then.
Might have been somebody from the bench. We don't know. We'll see if I could see someone.
The apparent result of everything is 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
So after all of that, it's going to be 1st and 10, as you said, Steve, for the Mustangs at the Southmoreland 28. It's been a fun one here tonight from Russ Grimm Field. Still a lot of football to play. 5:50 left here in the third quarter.
It's getting past our bedtime pretty soon.
Yes. Folks,
and I don't know. Still
chiming in here, Steve. What on earth is happening?
What? Yeah, we don't know. And then now, after they marked off the penalties, the officials are over there giving Coach Colasar an explanation.
Our buddy Jimmy Burns checking in as well. Hello to Jimmy.
Hello, Jimmy.
Bobby Ruggieri also saying hello. I think Bobby, a good friend of Kylie Soberdash, who's behind the camera tonight for us.
Keep that camera straight, Kylie. She's got it straight now. Yeah, look at it right on the.
Well, Mr. Billy Dice back with us next week. He's watching in Leechburg tonight. I wonder what he's doing in Leechburg on a Friday night.
Well, that's up north, right?
Yes.
He's fishing. There's a lot of lakes and streams up there. Maybe he's at a cabin. Who knows, Brian? He's an outdoorsman.
Yes. This still is not sorted out yet, Steve.
No.
Now they're talking to Coach Colasar on the far side. Could have burned off a lot of commercials if we knew it was going to take this long.
Yeah, you could have got all the commercials in.
Yes. You would have liked that at the end of the game. Now, Mr. Gaffney coming back out. And what do we got here? I mean, guys need to make up their mind as far as what's going on. Make a decision. So has anything changed there after that 3 or 4 minute stoppage? Nothing.
Not after they marked off the penalty.
No.
Just a couple of
So here we go.
Explanations to the coaching staff to Laurel Highlands. But they didn't chat with the coaching staff from Southmoreland, did they?
No. So 1st and 10 from the Southmoreland 28. Gallagher back out of the gun, and a little play fake. Rod's going to keep it himself, trying to get to the edge, and he'll be dropped for no gain on the play. Southmoreland had that well read defensively, and Austin Ma was the last to get to him. The result of the play, a yard loss back to the 29.
That's okay, though. You got to get Gallagher involved. He's been pretty quiet. I'd like to see him get out away from all the traffic where he can go one-on-one. And his defensive backs from the Scotties have been doing a good job, but he hasn't been out there against him one-on-one too often.
2nd and 11 from the 29. Gallagher takes the snap. They're coming from everywhere. Scrambles out to his right. Little quick out, man open. Pass complete. And that's Matt Lucas taking it down to the 23-yard line. So a 6-yard gain. Gallagher to Lucas, setting up a 3rd down and about 5 here for the Mustangs. So Lucas doing a nice job there, Steve, to spring free. He'll be back on the field tomorrow night for the Laurel Highlands soccer team for their opener at Connellsville at 6:30 tomorrow night. 3rd and 5 now from the 24. Gallagher sending Hooper in motion. They'll fake the jet sweep. Rod calls his own number inside the 10, inside the 5, and Rod's in to give the Mustangs the lead at 20-14 here at the 4:32 mark of the 3rd.
Well, they faked the jet sweep, and they had Allen, and he just went right through everybody. No one in the middle this time. And once he got in the secondary, no one's going to catch him. And then the officials are chatting. There's another flag in the end zone, Brian, and this game. Tell you what, both teams, and it's both teams, not just the Scotties, but they are doing too much chatting after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Mustangs.
Now, can they enforce this, Steve, on the extra point try?
Yeah. Well,
that's what I would do.
Well, they're taking it on the kickoff.
I would take it here on the extra point try.
Well,
it's a 20-14 game. You take it back here, it's going to be a tough kick.
Yeah, but he's a pretty good kicker, Brian. He's been booming.
I would still take, if I'm Coach Kiefer, I'm taking it right now.
I'd take it on the 15 on the I'd take it on the kickoff.
All right. Well, Radcliffe's going to try it here. They're going to take it on the kickoff. This to make it 21-14. High snap coming back, another flag. Radcliffe plenty of distance there.
You're going to get your wish because they're going to go look like a false start. Yep.
Wasn't really my wish. It's what I would do if I was Coach Kiefer.
Now the question is, now can he take it with the other one? Can he go back?
No.
Chris Parker Jr., 20 years as a Hyundai dealer, something to celebrate.
And sounds like Nick's playing a break behind us. And we're not sure why, because we haven't had the conversion try yet.
All our new Hyundai, including 0%
We're going to keep it here for the folks on the video side.
and 3-year free complimentary maintenance.
Now here's Radcliffe's kick.
0% financing and free sounds good to me.
And this one's on the way, and the kick is good. So it's a 21-14 lead for Laurel Highlands over Southmoreland. 4:32 left here in the 3rd. We're back in 60 here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Check out our certified pre-owned Hyundai with the balance of the 100,000. Sports Cafe, owned by the Vernon family, is located on South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Casey's has reopened for dine-in services with new hours, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday and Sunday 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Meals are home-cooked and range from a variety of steaks, chicken and veal parmesan, liver and onions, along with appetizers, salads, wings, and sandwiches. Casey's offers free delivery in the Uniontown area with purchases of $10 or more. Phone 724-550-4126 for Casey Sports Cafe.
We're back here at Russ Grimm Field, 21-14. Laurel Highlands over Southmoreland. Rodney Gallagher, a 23-yard touchdown run. Radcliffe adding the extra point. It was a 5-play, 60-yard drive. Took 2 minutes off the clock. Score occurring at the 4:32 mark of the 3rd quarter. Laurel Highlands now in the lead at 21-14. You have Bass
kick it off from
and Trout back deep.
Now he's got a good leg. Let's see if he can get one down the field.
Kicking off from the 25-yard line instead of the 40. after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And Radcliffe, a good kick here, Steve.
Yeah.
It's going down to the 19-yard line. And on the run back here, Isaac Trout. Trout breaking a couple of tackles. Trout down the near sideline and still got back close to midfield. Was bumped out of bounds there by Hooper, right around the Southmoreland 49. Now, this game certainly is getting chippy, Steve, yes.
Yeah, it's chippy, and it's like, whatever happened to the days where guys make a play and just shut up and go back to the huddle. I mean, you just make a play. You're supposed to make a play.
Now that's happened probably since 1986.
Yeah.
Was what, your senior year in West Virginia?
Back when we walked uphill in the snow both ways.
So the Scotties now trying to answer back, down 7. They'll start this drive from their own 49. Govern stepping up, a little pitch forward, going to the tight end, Clayton. Another flag on the play as Clayton takes it down to the 45.
I don't understand that call. That was a pretty good defensive play there. The only thing I can think of there would be pass interference against the Mustangs. He looked like he got there early, but he caught the ball anyway. But let's see what they call. Yep, it's going to go against the Mustangs, 15 yards.
Face mask.
Face mask, okay.
Take it down to the 31.
These guys are flag happy tonight,
yes,
aren't they?
Yes, they are. Hey, Mr. Gaffney has nowhere to go tonight, Steve. Wants to just live it out on the football field tonight. Under 4 minutes left here in the third. Scotty's driving already with it. The Mustang 31. Govern trying to put it up, trying to get out of a sack, and he's going to be brought down back at the 37-yard line. It's Daniel Carney that got to him.
Good job there by Carney. And again, this is a pretty interesting game, Brian. It's a lot of momentum swings, choppy, all the penalties by both teams. It's not like it's one-sided. I mean, the officials are doing their share to send them to evenly divide it out. Let's see, Tony, what do you got?
8 penalties for 90 yards. Is that on the Mustang side? Yes, it is. And the Scotties with 8 penalties for 84 yards.
That's a lot of penalties.
Yes. Might have over 200 yards in penalties before this night's over. Still 3:12 left here in the third. Try a little screen near side, going to Bass inside the 40-35. Broke a tackle, cuts inside the 30, inside the 20. Bass inside the 10, and finally upended at the 4-yard line. So the screen governs to Bass, going for 34 yards, setting up a 1st and goal for Southmoreland, and we have a Mustang down behind the play. Looks like it's DeMonte Kiss that's down.
Yeah, looks like he hurt his leg. Hopefully he's okay. And Coach Gaffney, the referee, is over there signaling for the trainers to come out.
Now the UPMC Centers for Rehab Services injury timeout.
He's sitting up, which is a good sign. But what a run by Bass after just a little screen out to the right, got a block, but he broke a lot of tackles on his own.
We'll step aside for a quick 30-second timeout. 3 minutes left here in the third. 21-14 Mustangs are back at 30 here on the C.R. Pirano Group High School Sports Night.
My name is Christian. I'm here to tell you about my youth group. Every Thursday at Trinity United Presbyterian Church of Uniontown is youth group night. We have food, play games, and read from the Bible. Not to mention our other fun activities such as video game nights, horseback riding, and bowling, just to name a few. I really enjoy gathering with my friends and learning cool new things. If you're interested, you can call the church at 724-437-2709, 724-437-2709. Bring a friend and join us for a fun time in fellowship. The fun starts at 5:30.
DeMonte Kiss still down for the Mustangs, being attended to at the 36-yard line. And Southmoreland, Steve, just as the Mustangs appear to take control of the game on a 23-yard touchdown run by Rodney Gallagher at the 4:32 mark of the third. Southmoreland coming back here now with a 1st and goal from the 4. As they're still working on DeMonte Kiss, and now will hop to his feet.
Just got a text from my buddy Jimmy Burns listening.
He said hello on Facebook, too.
Yep. And he's, he helped me out a lot. He got me back on the golf course, which was nice.
Always good. I've got to thank our friends at Southwestern Gastrointestinal Specialists as well, Steve. They've been helping me out the last couple of weeks.
Good. Dr. Stokes down there, yep, and his crew. And The only thing Jimmy Burns didn't help me with, Brian, he didn't help me with my putting.
Yes.
I got to figure that. I got to go back and see him if he can help my putting.
I think Mike Gaffney can help your putting.
Yeah.
Here we go. First and goal from the 4-yard line. 2 eye backs. It's Johnson dotting the I. Govern, a little option look, and Govern hit it to 2. So he gets halfway there on the run.
Yep.
He's second down and goal.
Looked like he had some room there. The Mustangs closed in pretty on a hurry. And good job here. The Mustangs, remember earlier, down on the other end of that first quarter, Mustangs had a pretty good stand. They scored on a 4th and goal, and Govern barely got in. So the Mustangs have been pretty stiff down here. And now
they're actually going to spot it here at the 3-yard line.
And the Scotties have to be careful here, Brian. The play clock is at 9, and they're not out of the huddle yet.
And down to 6. They're breaking quickly.
Yep.
Going with 2 eye backs again.
And that
play
clock
goes out. That should be delay of game.
It is. Yeah, there you go. They just they call a time. Gaffney gives them a timeout. I can't believe he heard
Flag
that.
was already thrown.
How does he hear that?
Here we go. 2:04 left here in the third. 21-14. We're back in 60 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
When it's time to service your vehicle, don't procrastinate. Call Rose Motors at 724-583-1944. Rose Motors, specializing in computer diagnostics, engine and electrical problems, brake service, electronic tune-ups, air conditioning repair, exhaust work, state inspection, and more. Looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? See Rose Motors, where financing is also available. Rose Motors, 42 River Avenue in Masontown. Serving the area for 3 generations. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, Saturday by appointment.
We're back here at Russ Grimm Field. 2:04 left here in the third quarter. Brian Morozak, Steve Super, Kylie Silverdash, and Tony Hanula. Nick Barczyk back inside our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios. 21-14 Laurel Highlands. But Southmoreland threatening, Steve, and you really thought they got a break there.
Well, I didn't see, obviously we can't hear down up here what the coaches are yelling. But Gaffney had his back to the coaching staff, and he called timeout. He gave the timeout signal, so obviously the coaches were calling for the timeout, but it seemed like that call came after the clock hit 0.
Here we go now, second and goal. Line of scrimmage, the Laurel Highlands 3-yard line. Govern back under center, wide out to each side. He's sending Trout in motion, and a little pitch back coming here on the near side of their flag on the play. Went back to Bass.
Fumble.
He was able to hang on to the football, but we'll check the flag again. But Bass lost 3, maybe 4, back to the 7.
He lost at least 4. Another flag. They're going to call against the Mustangs. They're pointing against the Mustangs.
Wow.
Loss on the play back to the 5-yard line, 3rd and goal.
I mean, it's like almost every play, Steve, we're seeing a flag. Mike Gaffney and the crew sorting this one out.
It's like an NFL game with all the penalties.
I think we've seen more today than in a normal NFL game. Going against the Mustangs.
Personal foul. That's a first down.
Well, no automatic first downs anymore.
No, you're right.
We have the distance to the goal.
Yeah, but that gives them second down now instead of third.
Take it right around the 2.
Well, the only good news is the kicker for Southmoreland for the Mustangs is having trouble getting that ball over the goal. He got both of them in, but it's been an adventure.
Govern takes the snap, run the whole way. Deke got to him behind the line of scrimmage, and they got a little help to bring Govern down for a yard loss on the play. But great initial penetration from Deke and got a little assistance from Billy Barton. Now 3rd and goal from just inside the 5-yard line.
Leland Lehue, number 11, was in on that play.
We have a timeout.
Got an injury.
Injury timeout here.
Yeah.
One of these Scotties.
Their numbers are hard to read.
Yes, they are, especially since it's gotten dark. It's J.J. Bloom. That's 25 or 55. That's
55.
Aiden Corbin, the center, that's down.
That could make it an adventure.
Yes.
Of course, nowadays with the shotgun snap, a little bit easier for those guys.
They've been running a lot under center, though, especially inside the 10-yard line. So Govern getting helped off. Let's see who the backup center is.
Let's watch for that.
We're going to spot it here at the 4-yard line.
It's a lot smaller kid, I can tell you that.
And Govern comes to the line. This will be under center.
Number 68.
And that is Trout Lewis. And they're going to go a little reverse back to the near side and into the end zone for a Southmoreland touchdown. Scotty's back to within 1. I think it's Isaac Trout who got Southmoreland back to within 1 there on the run. Yes, it's Trout 22, and it's 21-20 with 1:09 left here in the third. They've done a lot, Steve, reversing, going one way than the other. You got the Mustangs off balance there. Now the extra point good from Kaler, and we're tied at 21. 1:09 left in the third quarter. We're back in 60 here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
People make all kinds of mistakes with life insurance, like having some coverage but not enough to keep the family in the house, or only having life insurance through work and then losing their job. Want to avoid those mistakes? Call Allstate agent Russ Flaho at 724-439-9700. Russ Flaho can help you get the coverage your family needs at an affordable price. Are you in good hands? Call Uniontown Allstate agent Russ Flaho today and ask for a complimentary life insurance review. Life insurance offered by Allstate Life Insurance Company in Northbrook, Illinois, and Lincoln Benefit Life Company, Lincoln, Nebraska.
Whether you're taking classes from home or looking to get the most out of your internet and Wi-Fi, Zoom Extreme from Armstrong offers superior speed and coverage for all of your devices. Every smart TV, every laptop, every gaming system. We're talking whole home internet at our fastest speeds possible with unlimited data for one low monthly price. Don't trust your cell phone company to power your home's Wi-Fi needs. Visit ArmstrongOneWire.com/Zoom and make the switch. Zoom Extreme from Armstrong, keeping you connected.
We're back here at Southmoreland High School. Kaler to kick off. And he'll set it on the far side on the run. And that's the Mustangs. Allen on the return, and Eric Allen takes it to the 36. So Laurel Highlands once again with good field position. Isaac Trout again getting Southmoreland back to within 1. Kaler tying the game on a made extra point. Score occurring at the 1:09 mark of the third. Capped off a 6-play, 51-yard drive. It took 3:16 off the clock, and now we're tied at 21 with 1:04 left here in the third quarter, Steve.
You know what time it is? It's
Gallagher time?
It's Rodney Gallagher
Yes.
time. It's time for him to do something.
Twin receivers to each side. Line of scrimmage, the Mustang 36. He'll hand it off to Allen, looking for running room on the near side, breaking a couple of tackles into Scotty's territory. He's still going down to the 30-yard line.
Must have had the wrong watch. It's Eric Allen time.
Yes. Well, that run going for a 33-yard gain and a Laurel Highlands first down.
Tell you, like I said before, Brian, he's a big-time back. He's like so good, shifty, but he also can break tackles, and he's got some speed and power, which is a great combination for a running back.
He's driving the bus right now. 11 carries, 112 yards for Eric Allen.
Look, they're just slapping each other 5. Him and Gallagher, they're pumped up.
He's making all the stops, too, looking to make a stop in the end zone. Won't do it this time. Just a yard gain down to the 29-yard line to bring up second down and 9.
I'll tell you what happens, though, Brian. Here's if you're a coach, you see Allen going, making these runs like this. All of a sudden, one of these times, he's going to fake it to Allen. Everybody's going to go after him. And then Gallagher's going to go out there to the right, and he's going to have 2 guys out there to beat.
They're going to get one more play away here in the third quarter, down to 4, down to 3. They reposition DeMonte Kiss down to 1. They're not going to snap it. Wow, I thought they'd try to go quickly one more. So ahead of the fourth quarter, tied at 21. Mustangs with a 2nd and 9 upcoming at the Scotties 29. We're back in 60 here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Go mobile with First Federal of Greene County. Get security and convenience with First Federal's updated app. Turn off lost or stolen credit cards, check balances, manage card limits, deposit checks, pay bills, all with the swipe of your finger. Don't forget the Card Valet mobile app to further protect your debit card. Visit the Apple App Store or Google Play to download the app. Visit firstfederalofgreene.com for more information. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 458729.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Buckle up, start of the fourth quarter, tied at 21. Mustangs working left to right as we describe it. Line of scrimmage, the Southmoreland 29. Rodney Gallagher and Eric Allen taking over this game for Laurel Highlands. And Gallagher back out of the gun. Allen to his left, triple right formation. Here we go. Gallagher out of the shotgun. A little play fake. They're coming after him. Steps out of it off to his left. Pulls it down inside the 25-20. Has a Mustang first down and just steps out of bounds right around the 17-yard line. A 12-yard run and a Laurel Highlands first down.
Well, that's the kind of play defensively is a backbreaker because they did a good job in coverage, and just the offensive line from the Mustangs did a good job of protecting, and Gallagher just kind of drifts around, and he got left of the pocket, and he goes over there and he sees nothing but green turf in front of him, and that was a pretty easy run.
First and 10, line of scrimmage, the Southmoreland 17-yard line. Gallagher back out of the gun, going back to Eric Allen inside the 15, inside the 10. Allen was tripped up, still goes forward and gets down to the 2. 15-yard run, Eric Allen continues to impress. Bass brought him down.
Tell you what I liked about that one, Bron. Sorry, he went this time, no shiftiness there, just straight ahead running. And he was going straight ahead so much, like you said, he was stumbling a little bit because he was going forward so much, but he was able to keep his balance and keep stumbling forward. He got all the way down to the 1.
They're bringing Deacon, the fullback. Allen dotting the I. Allen's going to get the football, and Allen trying to go over the top. Did he reach the football past the goal line? No signal yet.
No, the Scotties are saying they have the football, but I don't think so.
Haven't seen a signal either way.
Didn't see a beanbag get thrown.
No. And what do we got here? Southmoreland still saying they have the football. I never saw it come out. They're going to put it down at the 1. It's still going to be Laurel Highlands football. They're going to try to go quick. Rod back under center. Watch for the QB sneak here. They ran it earlier in a similar situation.
Well, he's got his fullback behind him to push him. And that's what they did
right behind Gallagher. Rod's going to take the snap. Deke's going to push him, try to go low this time. Waiting for a signal. And they're going to say Southmoreland recover the fumble. They're going to say Gallagher lost it, and they're going to roll a touchback. How did that come out?
Well, it's a massive football players down there. We couldn't see it. And
well, especially with Rod going low there, Steve, you wouldn't expect the football to come out without Rod having a knee down. And boy, the Laurel Highlands sidelines can't be happy about this call.
No, that's not going to make them happy.
Southmoreland will take over first and 10 from their own 20-yard line with 10:54 left in regulation. What appeared to be a short touchdown for Laurel Highlands. Now going the opposite way, and the Scotty sideline is fired up.
Well,
they're crowded into this game.
That's a mistake. It's just that's a backbreaker.
Second red zone turnover committed by the Mustangs. Gallagher threw an interception in the red zone back in the first half. And now Govern back out of the shotgun. So you have a little momentum swing here, Steve. You go for a
flag,
deep play.
So
they're not going to
that's going to be a false start on the offensive guard. Can't make out the numbers. They're hard to read. The offensive left guard moved.
Corey Ansel
got up out of his stance just a fraction early.
Now first and 15. This game's wild tonight, Steve.
Yeah, well, it's just a lot of penalties make it tough. You know, it's like watching one of those NFL games when they have all the penalties on the kicks. You know, every time they seem like they kick off or punt, there's a flag. And this has been similar to that.
Govern under center this time, a little juggle, trying to regain, just pulls it down. Tries to keep possession, gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain, brings up second and 15.
Now you're getting down to the point in the game now, are you thinking a field goal could be big, and the Mustangs have a good kicker in Radcliffe. He's shown a good leg tonight.
Down to the nitty-gritty. You need to get back into the red zone, though, if you're Laurel Highlands.
Well, they got to get the football back. It's second down.
Call it 14.
Yep.
Line of scrimmage, the 16-yard line. Govern back out of the shotgun. Phillips off to his left. Twin receivers to the near side. 4-4 look for the Mustangs defensively. Screen. Pass complete. No, drop by J.J. Bloom. Might have been trying to run before he had the football.
Well, that was close. That one was not a backwards pass, but that was close.
Now 3rd and 14.
They've been pretty successful on some of those little bubble screens, Brian. And the Mustangs, they get those players out in space, and they've been able to make some plays. So that one, and they had some room there. They only had the receiver only had one guy to beat, but he just couldn't hold on to the football.
10-10 left here in regulation time. It's been a while since we've had overtime football. Govern again out of the gun. They're coming after him. He's going to put it up. Single coverage near side. Looking for Bass. Might be interference.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
He called there on Hooper. That was pretty clear and obvious.
Well, I think both players were, the problem is Hooper didn't turn around, and both players were grabbing each other.
Hooper got him, Steve. I can't argue with that call. So an interference call on a 3rd and 14. Be a 15-yard penalty and a Southmoreland first down.
Yeah, well,
that's a big penalty defensively for the Mustangs. Push the football up to the 31.
They're both grabbing, but the thing that Hooper, that's third. What are they doing? What are the sticks going the wrong way for?
Should be 1st and 10. It was 3rd and 14. It's a 15-yard penalty. Got to move it forward.
Yeah, they got to move them the other way. They're giving them 1st and 1. So, but Hooper just didn't turn around, Brian, and that's, you're right, you're going to get that call against you most of the time.
Govern back under center, has Noah Phillips behind him. They're going to go with this tight formation. Twins to each side, and they're going to go up the middle here with Phillips. And the 5'7", 200-pound back keeps the pound moving. It takes it down to the 38. You're right, he's a bowling ball. Got 8 there. Bring up 2nd and 2.
The old Norm Boulasher.
That's a blast from the past. Yeah. 2nd and 2, 9:43 left on a running clock.
Tony shook his head. He remembered Norm Boulash. He was the Colts, wasn't he? Yep.
Right, the Baltimore Colts back then.
Yep.
2nd and a long 2. Govern back out of the shotgun. Coming in motion here, Trout. They'll fake the jet sweep. Govern calls his own number. He lost the football. I think the Mustangs scooped it up at the 45. They did.
Gallagher.
Recovered by number 5. That's Matt Lucas.
Lucas comes up
on the fumble recovery. Mustangs take over. 9:16 left here in the 4th. We're back in 30 for the C.R. Brown Group High School Sports Night.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox for only $259 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit CHarperChevyEast.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is for GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months and 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity down with GM Lease Loyalty or GM Lease Conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Sale ends September 30th, 2021. While supplies last. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-668-2231.
As we come back, the Southmoreland Scotties taking a timeout. So we'll step aside from their timeout as well. Back in 30 seconds, 9:16 left in regulation. Laurel, Highlands, and Southmoreland side at 21. We're back in 30.
Did you take your medications this morning? Apothecary Pharmacy now offers Apotipacks. All your medications come in pre-sorted packs organized by the date and time you take them. From seniors to caregivers to parents whose children take medications at school to travelers, Apotipacks helps people know when and how to take their medicines. It's free to make the switch from bottles. Call us at 724-437-7801. That's 724-437-7801 to get started with Apotipacks. Ask us about free delivery.
We're back here at Russ Grimm Field, tied at 21. Laurel Highlands with the football at the Scotties 45-yard line. Gallagher with Eric Allen off to his right. Twin receivers to each side. And Steve's back in the house. They're going to bring Hooper in motion. They'll fake the jet sweep. Gallagher will keep it himself and get 2 down to the 43.
Got Tony a drink. A little Pepsi for Tony.
They have an injury down here. Scotty down. Another UPMC Centers for Rehab Services injury timeout. On the second down, we come back. We're back in 30 here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night.
The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood has been proudly serving veterans in our area for over 71 years. The Catholic veterans are also committed to helping the youth in our community by holding the 10th annual Frank L. Musica Scholarship Golf Outing on September 18th at the Uniontown Country Club. Over the last 9 years, the golf outing has awarded 30 scholarships to area students. For information on this year's outing, phone 724-437-3088 or visit the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 on Facebook.
2nd and 8. Mustangs with a football here at the Scotties 43-yard line after the injury timeout. 8:45 left in a regulation, game tied at 21. Gallagher calling his own number, and he has a seam. Look out here. Rod's loose inside the 20, inside the 15, and Rod into the end zone from 43 yards out as Laurel Highlands retakes the lead at 27-21.
Spread the field. Everybody went sideways to away from the middle, and Gallagher just waited a fraction and went right up the middle and just went straight to. It was like a straight line, right? He didn't have to make any moves, did he?
No.
He just went straight in, and it was a beautiful play. Big extra point here.
Make this a 7-point lead for Laurel Highlands.
See if he can kick it over the buses again.
As long as he gets it through the uprights. Snap comes back. The kick up on the way and good. And Laurel Highlands a 7-point lead again over Southmoreland in this back and forth game. 28-21 Mustangs, 8:35 left in regulation. We're back in 60 here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night.
The high school football season is here. Donnie Arthur's Buyers Market, Connellsville Street, and Uniontown Mayor Bill Gerke are teaming up to cheer on our local high school football teams. Bill and Donnie are proud to support our local districts and wish all the players, cheerleaders, band members, students, parents, and teachers a successful school year and football season. Don't forget to stop by Donnie Arthur's Buyers Market on Connellsville Street before the game to pick up your favorite snacks, drinks, or sandwiches.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? M&R Transit is now hiring van drivers. Van drivers must be 26 years of age, have a valid driver license, and a clean driving record. Van drivers must be able to obtain all clearances. For more information, call 724-439-3164. That's 724-439-3164, or apply in person at M&R Transit, 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue. M&R Transit wishes the Laurel Highlands Mustangs good luck.
Back here at Russ Grimm Field, Laurel Highlands. Now a 28-21 lead over Southmoreland as Radcliffe getting set to kick off again. Set it off on the far side after a couple of bounces here. Scotty's on the return back to the 30-yard line. As we'll start 1st and 10. So Rodney Gallagher, a 43-yard touchdown run coming at the 8:35 mark of the fourth quarter, capping off just a 2-play, 45-yard drive. Took only 41 seconds off the clock, but the running game has been the story for Laurel Highlands so far in this game. Gallagher, 12 carries, 131 yards. Eric Allen also with 14 carries now for 119 yards.
And you look at those stats, Brian, he has a 24-yard run, a 43-yard run, and a 42-yard run. So other than that, they kind of bottled him up, but then all of a sudden he slips out. He gets a couple of big ones, and the big ones hurt. And the Mustangs could use him, and that's just that's big playability.
Now their defense has to step up, govern out of the gun. They're crowding the box, and the ball was kind of flipped off to the right, and a 2-yard gain.
Well, the interesting
Isaac Trout, who picked up 2 there for Southmoreland.
The interesting thing here now for the Scotties is the way they play. They don't throw the ball. They threw it more than 11 times in the first half, but it's all just screens and dink and dunks. Not too many down the field really far. A couple long ones they tried for the home runs, but for the most part, there's no mid-range passing game.
2nd and 8, triple left formation, 7:54 left in regulation. And rolling out to the near side here is Govern. Quick out, pass complete. Going there to Isaac Trout. And Trout breaking a couple of tackles. He's still free at midfield. And finally Hooper brought him down just shy of midfield. Goes as a 16-yard pickup.
I was just getting ready to say, good job of the Mustangs to keep it to a 7-yard game, keep him in bounds. But for some reason they forgot to throw him to the ground.
They just broke a couple tackles, Steve, and kept on going.
Yeah,
it was a good thing that Hooper was back there. That could have even been worse for the Mustangs defensively.
Well, that could have been a situation where the Mustangs could have gave up on the play and turned around thinking the play was over, because it looked like the play was dead, and then he just came flying out of there. And a big play for the Scotties. Gets it up almost to midfield, 48-yard line.
7:24 left in regulation. Govern back out of the gun, off to his left. Phillips, who will get the football.
Nope, he kept
Govern kept it himself.
Yeah.
You're right. Govern kept it himself and got only a yard.
Got 1 yard.
2nd and 9. Good fake there from Govern, but didn't fool the Mustangs. Fooled me more than Laurel Highlands.
Well, they're a little closer to the ball than you
Yes. I'll give them that. Under 7 minutes now left in regulation. 7-point lead for Laurel Highlands, but the Scotties with it close to midfield. Really a nice complex here, Steve, in Alberton, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Mentioned it was renovated back in '99. And again, they're stacking them, going a little in tight. Watch for the reverse look here again. They're going to fake it this time. Bass stays with it, breaks a couple of tackles, and look out here. Bass inside the 40, down to the 38, an 11-yard gain and a Southmoreland first down from Josh Bass.
Well, that scissors play again. They tried this time. They faked it. It's a kind of a reverse going to the left, and then it looked like where they handed it back to the other wing back coming the other way, which they've done several times with a lot of success. But this time the back kept it, and they almost had him, Brian, for a 3 or 4 yard gain. But they're just breaking a lot of tackles right now.
We've seen that a couple of times on this drive. Almost had guys, and as you said, they're breaking tackles, coming forward, threatening here with the Mustang, with having the ball at the Mustangs 39. They faked the handoff, went to the big guy, the tight end, Travell Clayton, inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. Should be close to another Southmoreland first down.
Yeah, good throw that time. Clayton got it. He rumbles down there, and that was a good tackle by DeShields, who was able to bring him down right away before he was able to get ahead of steam up. And wow, this is turning into a heck of a high school football game.
The tightest games we've had, Steve, in quite some time. Kind of reminds me a lot of that California playoff game we had last year, back and forth. And a timeout taken here by Laurel Highlands. Will take one as well. 6:08 left in regulation. Mustangs up 7. Scotties driving. We're back in 60 from the C.R. Brana Group High School Sports Night.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borges.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowell's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowellsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
6:08 left here in regulation. It's been fun in Alberton tonight. And our buddy Dave Dunaway joining us up here in the press box as well for all the action. Dave loves to take in some high school football on a Friday. Here's Govern, play fake. They're coming after him, and they'll get him behind the line of scrimmage. 2-yard loss on the play. Govern tried the play fake, didn't fool the Mustangs, and John Deek was in there to bring him down.
Loss of 2 on the play.
Now bring up 2nd and 12. Deek's had a nice game tonight, Steve.
A very nice game. A lot of the defenders for the Mustangs have been playing some pretty good football.
He's only a sophomore, 5'10", 170 pounds on that defensive line.
Tucker, we've called his name quite a bit.
Govern back out of the gun, and we have a fumble there, and I think Southmoreland got back on it. Yeah, the Mustangs, Brian Yorchik.
Yorchik almost got himself another fumble, and the ball just nobody hit him. It just kind of fell out on the exchange. Look, they're talking about it.
Went to Phillips on the exchange, as you said there, Steve, and it'll bring up 3rd and 14.
That's big. Of course, it's 4 down territory at this point. You're not going to punt from the 30, and a field goal is out of the question anyway with being down by 7.
Couple yard loss on the play, and we go under 5 minutes left in regulation. So here we go again. Southmoreland, they've had some big plays. Govern's thrown for $192 in this game, but did throw a pick. 3 wideouts here. Mustangs jumped off sides. There's about 3 of them that came across.
Well, it's still 3rd and 10 or 3rd and
9,
3rd
maybe.
and 9 now, 3rd and 8.
Southmoreland making a substitution here, bringing Wyatt Richter into the game.
What is there to discuss?
5-yard penalty.
I mean, everybody in the stands saw that he jumped off sides.
Sometimes they're overthinking things. We have over 112 penalty yards against the Mustangs. 11 penalties for $112.
If he just said false start on the Scotties, I think half the crowd would have came out there and took his whistle away from him.
Scotties have 89 penalty yards. So now 3rd and 9 from the 28. Govern again out of the gun. They're coming after him. A little dump off to Bass inside the 25. Trying to get forward. Was met there by Hooper. Sumter helping out. They bring him down to the 24-yard line. Goes as a gain of 5, maybe 6 on the play. It'll bring up 4th down and 4.
Good job by Hooper that time. And just to get in there and keep that to a minimal gain, and now you got a big play, biggest play of the game. 4:06 left. Mustangs up 28-21. 4th down, and what would you call it, 5?
And the Scotties, according to the scoreboard, have only one timeout remaining.
One timeout left. So
here we go, 4th and 5. Govern out of the gun, takes the snap, and across the middle has the tight end. He's going to be stopped short of the first down. They went there to Clayton, and what a big hit defensively for Laurel Highlands. DeAndre DeShields.
The Shields with the tackle of the year for the Mustangs. Just a great job there. Shoulder tackle. The big guy could not move him forward, and a good call by the official. He clearly did not. He had to get to the 19, and he barely got to the 20.
That was a tough stick for Keandre against a tight end in Clayton, who weighs 257 pounds and is 6'5".
Wow, what a play by the Shields.
Now you can kill some clock if you're Laurel Highlands.
That might be if they hold on, that's the play of the game.
Got to hold on to the football too, Steve. Both Gallagher and Allen over 100 yards rushing apiece. Gallagher play fake, keeps it himself. This could be another big one in open field for Rodney Gallagher, spinning forward to the 35 and picking up 15, and Laurel Highlands 1st down.
Well, that's huge. Not only one, he stayed in bounds, and 2, he got big yardage and gets him out of the out of the other red zone. So that gets him out. Now you can run some clock, and with only one timeout for the Scotties, the Mustangs can play it smart here. They got a play clock right in front of Gallagher. He can look down by the end zone to our right, Brian. There's a play clock at 12 right now, so he is obviously a very heady player. Is going to let that clock go down.
Game clock at 3:07 left in regulation. Rod takes the snap. It goes to Eric Allen. He has running room as well with a blocker out in front. Allen, another Laurel Highlands 1st down. It picks up 13 on the play, bringing it down to the Laurel Highlands 48. And that'll run the clock again here after they reset the football. Game clock at 2:58. And the Mustangs trying to run this one out with a 7-point lead, up 28-21.
And another good job by the Mustangs. Eric Allen this time got big yardage, and he could have went left and got some more yards, but might have got shoved out of bounds. But he stayed in and kind of went towards the middle, back towards the center of the field. He gave himself up, but gets a 1st down, and the clock continues to run now with a 5 on the play clock at 2:40.
Rod takes another snap, play fake, goes to Eric Allen, and Allen running room again in Scotty's territory, the 45. Right. Good open field tackle there defensively from Isaac Trout.
He got 8 yards, 7 or 8, or at least 7 yards.
They give him 7, bring up 2nd down and 3. 2:23 left in regulation. Play clock rolling again at 29 seconds.
Actually, he got 6, Brian. It's 2nd and 4, but still we'll take it. And the Mustangs letting that clock run, and at 2:12. And the Scotties, sooner or later, they got to get a stop here to use one of their timeouts. Their only timeout.
Now you get a 1st down here, Steve. You can win the game.
Yep.
Allen off to his left, triple left formation might be going that way. Rod's going to take the snap, play fake. And it's a backwards pass. That's a loose football. Was thrown behind the line of scrimmage. Regaining there is Kiss, and he goes out of bounds. Wow, that could have been big time trouble.
I don't understand that call. I mean, if even it comes in from the sideline from the coaches, Gallagher's smarter than that.
Now you stop the clock. You almost lost the football.
Well, yeah, I mean, worse than stopping the clock. You throw a backwards pass that gets dropped. That could have been scooped up and scored. That is just mind-boggling.
Now if you get a stop
like,
here,
you kneel on the ball 3 times and punt, you could win the game. But
3rd and 5. Bringing Hooper in motion, and Southmoreland went off sides, and that's going to be the game.
That is it. Yep, it's inside of 5 yards, isn't it? It's 3rd.
Well, it's going to be close. We'll wait till they mark it up. I think it's going to be enough for Laurel Highlands first down.
That stick is just on the other side of the 48, or the inside the 46. So it's going to go. That's going to be a first down.
Should be enough for a first down.
First down.
First down, Laurel Highlands. So you have 1:48 left on the game clock. 1 timeout remaining. If they get it back, Steve, they're not going to get it back with much time.
Well, they just need to hold on to the football.
Correct.
No more throwing it sideways. Gallagher, hold on to it. There you go.
He's going to call his own number up the middle. Scored on this play early. He'll just go down here inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line. They actually got 9 yards to bring up 2nd down and 1. And the clock's still rolling down to 1:34.
And the Scotties really you can't blame them for not using their timeout right now, because they haven't had an opportunity to really use it.
You have about a 20-second difference right now. The play clock at 15, game clock now at 1:15. They can take it down to about a minute here.
Well, if they get a first down here, it's over.
Definitely over, correct. Gallagher again, Allen off to his right, takes the snap, goes up the middle, has the first down to clinch the game for Laurel Highlands down to the 29-yard line. And that should do it with 1:04 to play. They'll run it again, and Laurel Highlands will gut out a win on the road tonight. And it wasn't easy in Alverton this evening. And Laurel Highlands will go to 2-0 with a trip to
Victory
historic Redstone Field next week.
He's just got to snap it one more time. He's got 12 on the clock, so yep, that's pretty much just fall down and
take the snap, take a knee. Will Southmoreland even burn their final timeout? Looks like they won't. Players shaking hands. They don't even have to snap it again if we look at a timeout. Play clock at 32, game clock at 24. I don't think they're going to take the timeout, so good sportsmanship out of the Scotties. Laurel Highlands to 2-0. Could be a special season. And Laurel Highlands will win it tonight 28-21. Stay tuned for our post-game show brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer, working hard for the residents of South Union Township. Post-game show comes your way next year on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
Sam Davis was a gift from heaven. He knows the law and the court system unlike anyone else I've ever met or seen. Sam helped me get through the federal court system with the best possible outcome.
Davis & Davis, personal injury and workers' comp.
We at Davis & Davis are humbled by what our clients have to say about us. If you've been injured, call me, Jim Davis, for a free consultation. We have been helping injured people for over 40 years. Call 724-437-2799.
Going on now with Steel Harper Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox for only $259 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit charperchevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GM for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly for $3,000 cash rate equity down with GM Lease Loyalty or GM Lease Conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Sale ends September 30th, 2021. Plus supplies last. Call dealer for all other details at 724-929-8000.
When you are looking to make some extra cash for your aluminum cans, visit Cherokee Recycling, where aluminum can is king. Cherokee Recycling is open Monday through Friday, 9 till 5, and Saturdays, 8 till 12 noon, closed Sundays and holidays. Give Marcus or Rags a call today at 724-439-3228 for Cherokee Recycling, where recycling makes the most sense.
McClure & Wolf, certified public accountants, your full-service accounting firm serving the tri-state area since 1926, is conveniently located at 538 Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Offering tax, accounting, auditing, payroll, management advisory, and estate planning services, McClure & Wolf is recognized as an industry leader in providing their clients with quality professional services. To find out more about their services, visit them online at www.mcclurewolfcpas.com or give them a call at 724-437-2000 for McClure & Wolf, certified public accountants.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
From chips and cracks to splits and shatters, if you need new glass, Fay West Glass Company is the one to call. Fay West Glass has served Fayette and Greene counties for over 25 years and specializes in residential glass installations and replacements, plus commercial and industrial glass. So when that window's busted or that sliding door shattered and you can't wait, Fay West is available. 724-439-8600. That's 724-439-8600. Proudly local and veteran-owned, Fay West Glass will earn your business. North Union Township Supervisor Curtis Matthews, along with his fellow supervisors, wish all of the Laurel Highlands Mustangs good luck this year. Kurt Matthews knows that dedication and teamwork are what it takes to keep moving forward, and that is exactly what Kurt has done for over 17 years in North Union Township. Kurt Matthews knows that teamwork, experience, and dedication are what it takes. Keep the team together. Vote for Kurt Matthews.
South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer wishes the best of luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs this season and in the playoffs. During these uncertain times, a lot of hard work goes into a successful season, and that includes the cooperation of players, coaches, and their families. South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer commends all of those whose hard work has gone into making this a successful season. Like our local teams, Robert Schiffbauer is working hard to make life better for the residents of South Union Township. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs from South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer.
We're back here at Russ Grimm Field. Fun one tonight, 28-21. Laurel Highlands Mustangs defeating the Southmoreland Scotties. Again, our post-game show brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer, working hard for the residents of South Union Township. Time now for our first Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County super play of the game, and it's your game-winning touchdown, a 43-yard TD run from Rodney Gallagher.
45 left in a regulation, game tied at 21. Gallagher calling his own number, and he has a seam. Look out here. Rod's loose inside the 20, inside the 15, and Rod into the end zone from 43 yards out as Laurel Highlands retakes the lead at 27-21.
And Steve, you're going to have all the final stats coming up in just a moment, but both Rod and Eric Allen over 100 yards rushing apiece. Rod 3 touchdowns. Allen also had a score.
Right, and a special nomination for DeShields on that tackle on the fourth down play where he was able to stop the big receiver, the tight end Clayton, to 1 yard short of gaining a first down, which they could have went in and tied the game. So credit to DeShields as well.
Steve, we'll have all of your final numbers coming up in just a moment. 28-21 your final score. Laurel Highlands over Southmoreland here on WMBS, Triple Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
When it's time to service your vehicle, don't procrastinate. Call Rose Motors at 724-583-1944. Rose Motors, specializing in computer diagnostics, engine and electrical problems, brake service, electronic tune-ups, air conditioning repair, exhaust work, state inspection, and more. Looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? See Rose Motors, where financing is also available. Rose Motors, 42 River Avenue in Masontown. Serving the area for 3 generations. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, Saturday by appointment.
Mom Maruka's Pizza Shop, located at 64 Barton Mill Road in Uniontown, is your prime place to enjoy local high school sports. Mom Maruka's is family-owned and operated, where pride of ownership certainly shows. The Sampson family carries on the tradition of homemade pizza, salads, subs, and wings. Mom Maruka's is open Monday through Saturday, 4 to 10 for indoor-outdoor dining and takeout. Call 724-438-9066 or visit MomMarukaPizza.com for their menu.
Don't fall behind on your home improvement projects. Let First Federal of Greene County help with the heavy lifting. Planning to remodel your kitchen or bath, considering an addition, patio, or new roof. First Federal gives you all the tools you need. FHA Title I improvement loans, home equity loans, construction loans, with offices in Washington counties. Your loan stays here. Visit a loan officer today or apply online at firstfederalofgreene.com. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
I'm attorney Trip Radcliffe, and we at Radcliffe Law have been helping people that were injured in accidents for over 35 years. When you're involved in an accident, it can be scary. Radcliffe Law will meet with you for free, and our experienced team will provide you with valuable information needed to pursue your claims successfully. If you or someone you know are injured in an accident, call Radcliffe Law, 724-439-3939. Radcliffe Law, making the law personal.
When you need a vaccine, look to Peachin Pharmacy as a partner in your health. Peachin Pharmacy has all of the COVID-19 vaccines, including boosters, at no cost to you. They also have the shingles and pneumonia vaccine. Schedule online, by phone, or just walk in. When you are ready, get your vaccine at Peachin Pharmacy, located in downtown Connellsville.
Peachin Pharmacy, your local pharmacy.
With all of the auto manufacturers experiencing delays in production, the long-established methods of shopping for a new vehicle has taken on a brand new twist. This is exactly the reason why we have established our Megan Ford Custom Order Hotline.
Hi, I'm Chuck Smith, General Manager here at Megan Ford, and this is your perfect opportunity to customize design the new Ford of your dreams. Built for you, by you, exactly the way you want it. Personalize your new ride by choosing everything from the model, color, engine, wheel size, moonroof, and more.
Why settle for a vehicle on a dealer's lot that doesn't have all the features you're looking for? Let Megan Ford be your personal automotive concierge. Call the Megan Ford Custom Order Hotline today at 724-628-2720. Route 119 between Mount Pleasant and Connellsville. MeganFord.com.
Building relationships that last a lifetime.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Brian Morozak, Steve Supercantoni Hanoa back here at Russ Grimm Field one final time in our postgame show brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer. Mustangs win it 28-21. Steve, is your final stats. They're brought to you by the Radcliffe Law Firm.
Okay, for Southmoreland, Anthony Govern was 15 out of 21, one interception, had 201 yards passing. Trout had 4 catches for 48 yards. Bloom 1 for 9. Bass 4 for 100 yards, and Clayton had 4 for 24. On the ground, Govern had 16 carries, 37 yards, did have the 2 touchdowns. Phillips had 6 carries for 7 yards. Bass, 2 carries for 16 yards. Trout, 5 for 35, as they had 43 yards rushing. It seems like they had, they had 90 yards rushing. 46 on 46 plays, 201 passing, 291 for the game. Had 10 penalties for, again, 94 yards going the other way. So those were pretty costly as well. For the Mustangs, Rodney Gallagher was just 5 out of 9 for 44 yards. Those passes were spread out. One to Chambers for 8, one to Kiss for 8, one to Hooper for 8, one to Lucas for 6, and one to Pratt for 14. On the ground, though, a little different story. Eric Allen, 16 carries, 139 yards, 1 touchdown. Gallagher, 15 carries, 159. Hooper added 2 for 11 yards, as they had 44 plays, 306 yards rushing. Combine that with 44 in the air. 350 yards in total offense. They had 235 rushing, Ryan, in that second half. Those were all those big plays from Allen and Gallagher. Did have 11 penalties for 112 yards the other way, so that we had our share of penalties. Had 15 first downs, but 2 costly turnovers, but not costly enough, as the Mustangs hold on to win it 28 to 21.
It'll be big favorites next week, Steve, as we head to historic Redstone Field. The Mustangs and the Brownsville Falcons on the air with our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show at 6 o'clock. Opening kick set for 7. Should be a lot of fun next Friday night.
Should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to the historic field. We're going to a rare Friday night game on grass.
Yes.
And hopefully they got lights over there and everything will be good. So should be good to go. Should be a lot of fun and not too far of a trip for a road game next week. Yep.
Have to thank Kylie Silberdash for coming back and helping us out. She's going to help us out later on in the season, I'm sure, as well. Tony Hanola, we thought he was leaving, but he decided to stay and did stats for us tonight. Steve Superk, my broadcast partner, as always, and can't forget our man back at the board, Nick Barczyk, back inside our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios. Couldn't do it without Nick. Stay tuned for the Triple Live Scoreboard Show with Don Rebel on the way next. This was a fun one from Russ Grimm Field at Southmoreland tonight. 28-21 your final score. Laurel Highlands defeats Southmoreland. For everyone who made it possible, this is Brian Morozak saying have yourselves a pleasant good evening. We'll see you next Friday night. Mustangs win it 28-21. So long, everybody.
Lease Plumbing and Excavating, helping area residents with residential and commercial plumbing, gas, electric, and water lines.